Hello. It is Friday, July 31st, 2020, and this is episode 2. I am Heston, and joining me is going to be Damien, and
What's
we
good?
are definitely not experts.
What's good?
We are recording today on a Friday, opposed to the weekend, because your boy here got some time off from work, and that's because this weekend is his birthday. So, holla
Yeah,
at your boy. Let's go. Hell
yeah,
yeah. My boy's
good.
turning
Yeah,
31. He's got a couple of days off. He's gonna celebrate a little bit. Cheers to you, brother.
we're turning up
Hell
for
yeah, hell
sure.
yeah,
We're turning up for sure.
hell yeah. Let's
Yo.
go.
Let me go ahead and get a sip in. Yo.
All right. Well, a lot's happened already since our first episode, and I'm actually a little more excited about this episode than the last one. I'm really stoked. I think we got some good stuff to talk about here.
Yeah.
I think we should start with our shit list. This is going to be our second iteration now of the shit list. I've got a couple people here. I believe you got a couple people as well. Do you want to start, or would you like for me to start?
So you start because I have people in general, so it's
Okay.
a little
Well, I
different.
kind of have people in general too, but like we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first one here is NASCAR fans. And the reason why this is a little dated, but like it still happened, kind of the same thing like with Drew Brees and Jake Fromm. So
ah,
did you ever hear about the Bubba situation
I,
where
I
like
didn't.
you didn't hear about that?
I didn't.
Oh, sick! I'm so glad I get to tell you about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking before the show a little bit, and a good friend of mine, he's actually a NASCAR fan too, and Damien was kind of siding with him about like how NASCAR fans are dope and NASCAR is a great sport because like for Corona particularly because
Yeah.
everybody's already separated.
It
You know,
is.
you're in your own cars,
Right.
and same goes for World's Strongest Man. Like World's Strongest Man's going to keep going because
Right.
your boys are just lifting weights. You know,
Exactly.
it's not that
You're
big a
you're
deal.
not in contact with nobody.
So,
Yeah.
but however, I do think the sport is perfect for the current conditions. I think the fans are a bunch of stooges right now because when Black Lives Matter started, these guys they removed the Confederate flag. So, for the record, NASCAR was still hanging and representing the Confederate flag in modern day times, which is bonkers. And
That's a little
also,
nutty.
and
That's
when
a
they
little
took
nutty.
it down,
That's a little
the
nutty.
fans were so offended that they started bringing their own Confederate flags and waving them at the races, which is some stooge shit.
That is pretty gnarly.
And then there was like there was a controversy. There's only one black racer.
I was gonna say, bro, I
His
watch
name's Bubba.
NASCAR, right? Like on some real shit,
His name's
but
Bubba. He's cool.
there are no black racers like that.
Well, there's just one
That was my
period.
point that I was gonna say. Yeah, they do that because there ain't
Yeah,
no black
yeah. There's
people
one
in.
guy, and then there was like a controversy where like a noose was found in his like
Wow, are
in
you
his
kidding
cockpit
me?
area. Yeah, huh?
This is a joke.
So no. So here's the thing, right? It was a real thing, and it they actually posted a picture of it and I saw it and it's a news tie, but it's like in the garage area and it almost looks like it's more like for utility purposes opposed to something
Right,
that was
not
like
for
planted.
so it
Because
looks.
don't get me wrong, dude, that sounds like some NASCAR shit. Like,
I mean,
like I mean, I'm
was it
judging a little bit,
was it kind of
obviously, but
clickbaity
like,
though? Like
yikes.
clickbaity
No, I don't
or
think so. Like even Skip and Shannon talked about it. Like it was like a real thing that was going
ah.
around. But then like when the post was shown, everyone was kind of like, I don't know. And then I had a similar reaction too. However, even though the noose looks like it may not be like malicious, like they even said the noose knot was there for like 2 years already, like unassociated with the driver. So at that point, I was like, like that's not that big a deal. But these stooges are still out there bringing their own Confederate flags to the fucking event, which
That's
is
insane.
pretty whack.
Um,
So not all fans, but fuck those NASCAR fans particularly. Y'all are a bunch of stooges.
I of course
You were thinking you were going to side with NASCAR fans. So how you feeling
I
right
did
now?
think I was gonna side with them. I'm of course now I'm not
hmm
going to. That is a little gnarly,
Yeah,
bro.
that's pretty.
Especially with BLM going on in every other sport platform, it's
Yeah,
a little weird
not
for
cool.
them to still be rocking that.
I didn't
Now,
even know that was the thing. I mean, I don't watch
so
NASCAR like most people, but like
this is where
wow.
though I'm a fair guy and I give fair chances.
You mean like to people or like
Yes to people.
organizations? Okay.
It depends on how they're bringing the flag there. If they could tell me the war that was fought, who won that war, and why they're bringing that flag, then cool, we're
I
cool.
still don't vibe with it, dude.
But
I think what they. I mean, I'm not a fucking historian or anything, and I'm not an expert, So But I still think it's whack.
I think what it is.
Deshaun
So
Jackson.
this is what it is.
Well, it's kind of like Deshaun Jackson. Like when he thought that he aligned with a quote, but it was spoken by Hitler. You're probably just better off just not bringing it up. You know what I mean?
So,
you just don't need to.
I think that it gets weird because the racism factor of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what makes it at this point.
Oh, of course.
BLM has been so huge now.
Yeah.
There are certain things that would have blown over. Like
sure. Yeah. And, for sure.
You know, I would imagine there are some other black people out there that don't agree with what I'm saying. Or they probably are like, I mean, I don't care if y'all do it one way or the other.
Right.
We could be used to it or it could just be whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's like a 50-50 for me, but everybody knows now at this point it's maliciously done towards like a racism.
But I also think because of like the political atmosphere right now, I think everybody's like really charged up about stuff. So like more and more things are becoming like personal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And
which
I think that's what's making it whack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So who's first on your shit list?
So we kind of touched on it last week, but I kind of saw a glimpse of it, I think, recently, but I'm gonna have to say I only have two. Of course, you probably have more, but
I only have three this week. It's okay.
Grocery basket leavers. Okay. That's annoying.
Yeah,
that's annoying. Come on, man, put your groceries up.
Sure.
I
know we were talking about this, but it must have sat with you a little bit.
There's a return card.
Like, being whack as fuck.
There's a return card. Like anywhere you park, bro. Like they have one. Even if you way in the back, bro, they still have like. Mm-hmm. It's just annoying, bro. People just leave them like in the front of their car, or they close their car door and it's right to the side, and they kind of wiggle out. Like, bro, it's retarded.
All right, I feel. So the entirety of the population of people who don't return their cards.
Yep, and there's a bunch.
That's a big
because when you pull up in the parking lot, you see bastards just everywhere, and you're like, what the fuck? So they just walked out of the store. No, bro, like
I feel okay. Well, my next shit list entry is Dak Prescott. And I think the reason why he's on my shit list is because your boy got slapped with a franchise tag.
I saw that.
And the reason why he got slapped with a franchise tag and the reason why he's not getting a long-term deal yet is because he kept asking for more money. And we touched on this a little bit last week, but I think you and I can both agree that what he's been asking for, he's not worth.
You haven't proved that.
Yeah, and you haven't proved that. He outpriced himself. Which is why he like it's almost not even like a shit list per se, but like if that were one, like if I knew that person or something, I'd be like, dude, you're so stupid.
You're tripping.
Like, we're talking about millions of dollars. Like, what's the difference between like 30 and 34? You know, and they offered him like 34.
They offered you more money than you even deserve
they
anyway.
Offered him like $34 million, which was like the most lucrative NFL contract like in Cowboys history.
That's
and
a lot.
And he was like, it's not enough. So
disrespect.
And now he has a franchise tag, and if he goes on the free market, no one's going to give him that money.
Not at all.
No way. Not
at all.
Now, there is a chance he gets a second franchise tag. I don't think that happens, though.
So, I'm going to keep
even
it
then,
real.
it's still just a 1-year deal, and it probably won't even be worth that. It won't even be worth that much anyways, like what his original asking price was.
Right. I don't want Dallas Cowboy fans to hate us, so I'm going to keep it...
No. Here's the thing. So, we said this last week, too.
He just has to perform.
We actually respect the fuck out of the Cowboys.
No,
they have a whole squad. The reason why we're so judgmental about that
because they ain't doing shit.
He has a squad.
Which is why
he has so many tools and he can't win.
There's no way.
It's the reason why Tony Romo got criticism, and his teams weren't even as good as Dak's team.
And so, to be honest, though, I did hate on Tony real hard. My one problem with Tony is I feel like some of his injuries, he prolonged them, and he wasn't really hurt as long, and he just kind of rode the wave. Yeah, for sure.
You think he sat out longer than he needed to?
Yeah.
I don't know about
or he got hurt.
That's a
or he got hurt, but he really wasn't hurt, bro. I'll be real. The very first time, that he fell and crushed his collarbone, that was for real, like an injury to me.
I mean, yeah.
In between those times of being hurt, right, quote unquote, if you look at his stats, bro, he's actually raw as hell.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Like sick.
I was kind of a Romo hater during his time
He's sick,
too,
bro.
But
like if you look at his stats, it's crazy. Like,
he's also my favorite commentator too.
However, yeah, bro.
Yeah, like
he embarrasses people, makes them look stupid though.
Yeah,
but he's also a quarterback. And he knows schemes
there
better.
There have been other players in the box too. Like
Witten, bro, for example.
Dude, Witten was terrible.
Witten was terrible because you're a tight end, bro.
So
you're a tight end, bro. You just listen to the audible. You don't call the audible. Like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know where you can go
think,
on the defense, but you ain't calling and picking this play, or you ain't seeing something else that maybe Tony sees. Like,
yeah, I respect that. Do you think that Drew Brees will be as good in the booth as Tony Romo has been?
I do.
I'm a little like, okay, here's the thing. Like, he fucked up, right? Like, Drew Brees is still, like, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
But he can build himself back up if he does it the right way.
Yeah.
He can come back up. It's the perfect.
He's going to be on Sunday Night Football, man, so he better be good.
So
and he signed, like, a fat, like the most lucrative, like, commentator contract.
Right.
Well, actually, I think Romo has that, but, like, Drew Brees is, like, right there. Like, they both signed for, like, similar money.
Right.
So.
The reason why I say Drew Brees will go hard is because when I look at commentators, the ones that have been quarterbacks
like Booger McFarland,
usually call it the sickest. You know what I mean? Or a DB or like somebody on the defense. It's either somebody on the defense or the quarterback.
Well, I mean, you got like the quarterback of the defense, right? Like
that's what I'm saying. That's it. So, which is why I also like Troy Aikman. Like my boy be blitzed though. My boy be blitzed.
Yeah, dude. Dude, he's so turned.
My boy be blitzed, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You can see it in the eyes, bro.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But his commentary's fire, though.
Yeah, amen. Whatever gets the job done, right?
Telling you, bro. They can see it differently. They see it's like seeing the game differently than other players.
Yeah, for sure.
That's no discredit, but they're quarterbacks for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's why some quarterbacks get the chance to call their own audibles out on the field and some don't.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Who else is on your list?
Handicap no sticker parkers. Bro, we gotta cut it out. We gotta cut it out.
Your boys just.
You look on the plate, you look in the window, no handicap sticker, but they reversing, backing in, and doing all kind of shit, and leaving the car running. They don't even turn it off, bro. They leave the car running. Oh my god, bro! And you know what's crazy? Not only have I seen whatever y'all want to call us, right, civilians. I've seen cops do that shit, bro.
Oh, that's pretty weird.
I've seen a cop park in a handicap spot, get out, go into a store, whatever, and be in a handicap spot, bro. No handicap plate or sticker.
How come you don't call them out, man?
I mean, because, well, okay, you know why. You know why. That would not end well for me. Like, come on, bro.
I don't know, man. Come on, bro.
I'm way too big to be walking up on there. My skin way too dark for that, bro. Pow, pow. Pow, pow.
I wouldn't do that either. I don't fuck with cops, dude.
Yeah, I'm not playing with that.
I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah, bro. So those are my two shit list type of people. If y'all do that, I still love y'all, but come on,
make better
man.
Life decisions.
Come on, man. Yeah, exactly.
Just be better people.
We
expect better out of our listeners.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. 12 of them.
Right.
All right. Yeah. The next people on my shit list are ESPN as a whole.
In what way or reason, though?
Yes, I do have a reason. So a lot of ESPN is cool. Like, I like what they do. Some of the people on there are cool.
Right.
But this is more directed towards the app, particularly.
Yeah.
The ESPN app is, like, the most garbage app out there, dude. It's so dated, dude. Well, and, like, dude, it hasn't changed in years. Like,
yeah, true.
It's the exact same shit.
True.
And here's the thing, right? If you have a shitty app, some people got shitty apps. That's cool. You're owned by fucking Disney. Y'all need to get your shit together. And y'all don't need to be having 30-second ads before 20-second videos on all the content on your platform when you're owned by Disney. Y'all already got all the money.
I think that will change.
I'm salty as fuck about it. Dude, I wanted to watch a video about this basketball kid that came back after having a heart transplant. Like, he had, like, major heart surgery, and he was balling out for the first time, like, healthy.
Yeah.
And it was, like, a feel-good story. And I was like, dude, I was thinking it was going to be one of those, like, 5.5-minute videos, you know, looking into his life, like, what he's gone through. I was like, let's go. I fuck with this. And then I sat through a 30-second ad.
30 seconds?
And then
yeah,
the video didn't load the first time. So I had to reload it and then watch another ad for 30 seconds.
Exactly.
And then it was a 25-second TikTok video.
So
fuck TikTok. Fuck ESPN. That is some bullshit, and it's some clickbait bullshit. ESPN is too good to be doing clickbait, and they're too good to be having ads on all their videos. And their app is outdated, and it sucks.
So this is what I feel like.
All they got going on. Disney needs to just dump a little bit of money into it. Just go ahead and get a new app. Go ahead and just put it all together, and then make your people happy.
So I think that'll happen. That. I think it'll happen. Another thing I want to say is...
I don't know about it. It hasn't changed in so long.
It hasn't. I do have to let y'all fans know that click-clack that y'all hear, that's me clapping. I'm a clapper. So if y'all hear that on the video, that's me clapping. Bro, I think it's going to change because Black Lives Matters is going on really hard right now, and like this movement of everything is changing. Not even just that, right? But that's like the focal point of all these changes happening everywhere. So they're gonna get to a point to where all those ads won't be a thing, and their whole basis of their
I
whole
doubt it.
what they do will change, bro. I've seen it happen with a couple places. I can't think of something off the rip, but a couple of things since Corona's really been like a real thing now. Mm-hmm. People starting to understand like this is just gonna be our life going forward. Yeah. Like this ain't just like this is gonna happen for 6 months. Like no, bro, it's just gonna adapt.
Yeah,
just like our bodies are gonna adapt. So I mean that's all that it is. Yeah, I mean, I gotta chalk it up to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you see that Did you see the update about the Marlins?
Bro, I don't even know what to say at this point. I don't know what to say.
Dude, it's got me scared as fuck about everything.
So the reason why I'm a little scared, but not as scared, baseball was still running like full everything.
Well, the NFL is supposed to be doing the same thing.
Right. The NFL will not anymore.
So you think this is gonna?
This is like a wake-up call. Like, nah. Just like the NBA did a bubble, every single sport is now about to become like a sitcom or a television show. And people don't believe me, but if you watch
that's actually a really good analogy. I like that.
If you watch like these bubble NBA games, bro, you have virtual fans on screens that are people at home.
I like it.
Video record. And I think it's kind of sick.
It's working for me. What my initial concern was on the last episode, like, about like the lack of crowd noise and the
they altered it edit, bro.
They brought it up.
They got an edit in there that's a nice.
There. It feels like they feel like real games.
Yeah,
and I'm happy about that.
What makes it more sick is since you're these group of teams right here competing to win a championship, the only people that are about to be in the stands are the media or these other teams watching you, maybe scouting you. So it makes you, when you go slam, you want to really look over into the crowd and be like bro,
it extra personal.
What's good?
I like that.
You know, I think...
Actually, that's a good point. It is a lot more personal now. Because you're not doing it for anybody else. There's
you're literally... the only people watching you are players.
You're jamming on that team.
Exactly, bro.
John Morant jamming up in this. Hell yeah.
And Memphis did good tonight. They lost in overtime to Portland.
They actually lost. I haven't watched today's games yet.
They're still there. They're still in the eighth.
They're still in the driver's seat though, right? Because the Pelicans lost,
right?
Which I think the Suns lost too, right?
Suns won actually.
Okay,
but the only teams that were in it, right? We'll be right. But bro, I think every sport's gonna have to bubble because for the Marlins to have 17 players test positive for COVID, I know baseball teams are like a little bigger and have bigger rosters, but 17 is a huge chunk, bro.
I think NFL rosters are bigger than MLB rosters.
Well, they are, but MLB rosters are bigger than NBA by far.
Oh, sure.
Like, NBA is like 15.
Yeah.
And some teams it's like 12.
I was thinking about that the other day.
So,
like, I was thinking about, like sports shows and like us talking about stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like we don't always have as much to talk about in the NBA, and I was wondering why. And I think the roster size is a big part of it. Like, there's just less people.
It is.
This is less going on.
The only excitement we get are like these trades that happen like during fucking All-Star break, before or after, or like when free agency like frees up and shit. Mm-hmm. That's when us as basketball fans be like, oh shit, like who's about to get traded?
Well, I'm actually really feeling that way right now because it almost feels like week 16 and 17 of the NFL season. Because it's a race for like that last wild. It's like the wild.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And they got all these win conditions for teams and stuff, and it feels like a mad dash to try to get that last seed.
New Orleans fucked themselves last night.
We'll talk about it.
We will.
We'll talk about
it. They fucked themselves.
Okay,
up. But overall, like bubbles.
It's a little sus, man. It's got me a little worried.
17 players on one team.
That's means a lot of people.
They said. And this is the only thing
that spread though.
This is the only thing I don't
think they all
like
got it individually. I think like a couple of guys got it and they spread it.
This is what I don't like. Every time like these outbreaks happen with these teams or these players or something, they're always in Atlanta, bro. Like they're never nobody else, like nowhere else. They're always just in Atlanta. With Lou Williams, he went through his little COVID, had to do some shit because he stopped at a strip club to get some wings though.
Yeah,
but he was off for a funeral. Now, just because we think he was getting lap dances and shit, I mean, Lou Williams got millions of dollars, bro. I mean, do he really got to walk in the strip club and really get some lap dances? I mean, he could if he wanted, but...
I don't think he's going there for the girls, though. I think it's...
They really wanted the wings. Bro, I'm not going to lie.
That's what he said, right?
I'm not going to lie.
He went there for the wings.
I heard those wings from there. are fucking fire, bro. Like, they're
So you
amazing.
buy it?
Yeah, I buy it. I don't think he was down there doing nothing extra. I think he went there to get his
I
wings.
really like the idea of I
Bro,
like that.
there was another celebrity there. If you're a celebrity, right, and another celebrity is there,
Yeah.
you probably gonna be like, "Oh, what's up, bro? Like, why
Good
you
point.
waiting for your wings?" And if we take a picture, you can't say I'm in here at the strip club, bro, letting all these booties rub on me,
especially in the
bro.
bubble.
And I'm an NBA player, got to go back to the bubble. I'm out for a funeral. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah.
Word. Hard Knocks, last I checked, and I have checked pretty recently, is still scheduled to come back this year. You know what Hard Knocks is, right? Yeah, we watched it.
Of course.
Do you know?
I watched Raiders the hardest when they had AB though.
Raiders went hard.
When they had AB.
Yeah, Raiders went hard.
I like
and the Browns one was really good too. Anyway,
do you already know why I don't?
But
fuck Baker.
Do you know who they're supposed to be following this year?
Who?
Both LA teams. It's supposed to be like a double feature, like Hard Knocks this year.
That's a little
dude, I'm hyped.
That could be tough.
It would be so cool.
It could be tough.
I feel like the recording could be difficult. But and I checked like recently, and like everything looks like it's still gonna happen. So
it'll be legit, but think about the two LA teams that we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, you have a lot of good stuff to look at in LA, right? Particularly like with the quarterback situation because
Which LA?
Oh, yeah,
right.
The Chargers.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun because they just drafted Justin Herbert and you got Tyrod Taylor, so you're going to get to watch like a little bit of quarterback, like battles and development of Justin Herbert, and like see how Tyrod Taylor plays.
And Keenan's no.
Huh?
They still got Keenan, right?
Who?
Keenan.
Oh, Keenan Allen. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Keenan's stupid. So,
I think it'll be fun. And I'll bring this up right now just because we're talking about it. Joey Bosa just signed a fat new contract too. Did you see that?
I didn't see his contract, but I did hear that he got signed up fat.
He got signed for more than Myles Garrett.
Well, so you know why?
I want to ask you about that. He signed a similar deal, 5 years.
So
125 million, if I'm not mistaken, or no, a little more, like 127 or something. It was like just a little bit more, right. And then instead of 100 million guaranteed, it was 102. So it's just north of Myles Garrett.
That's intense. So
who would you feel more comfortable paying that much money to?
Myles.
Me too.
I
don't think Joey's worth.
This is why I say that he is good.
Yeah, he's really good.
But
I think Myles is better.
He came into a good ass team, and that wrecked or has been wrecking since been there.
Him and Melvin Ingram are like monsters.
Garrett is on a team that should have lived up to the potential, but
their defense has been pretty good for a little while now. But
of course, but what can we do on offense? And you have so many fucking people.
Yeah.
Bro, like
it must be frustrating. Kind of like what's his name?
It's fuck.
Kind of like Joe Thomas.
Yeah.
Like he was voted to the to the All Pro team like for every year that he played in the NFL, but he had one winning season
exactly
his entire time there. And he also has like the consecutive snap record too. He had like over 10,000. Like almost 11,000 consecutive snaps or something.
Bosa's sick, but Bosa also went to a better chance winning type of team if we look at all the pieces. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, on offense, they just paid Mahomes that contract. Yeah. So, of course, their best defensive guy is going to get something fat too.
I don't think it's related at that
point.
It
has to be.
No.
It has to be, bro.
No.
There's no way you're going to say you're my best defensive guy. You're going to get way lower than this dude that's our best guy on offense.
Oh, no. What I'm saying is that there's no correlation with, like, offense and defense. Like, I think it's per position. So, I think Joey Bosa got paid, but he got paid because Myles Garrett just got paid. So, like, he got paid. He's like, you got to pay me more than that.
I don't think that's why. I think that he got that because Mahomes got what he got. But, I mean, there we go. Different takes, bro.
Yeah, you're free to think that. I don't think so, but that's fine.
He got that shit because of fucking Mahomes. Like, if Mahomes is not there and they don't do everything they just did, Bosa don't get the same contract type that he just got offered after Mahomes just got that huge ass shit. It just wouldn't happen.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you fuck with Last Chance U?
No. What's that?
You don't know what Last Chance U is?
No. I might. I mean, if you
I'm
explain
about to introduce you to something so wonderful. Last Chance U is part of my off-season tradition.
Last Chance U.
Yeah, Last Chance U is a Netflix exclusive documentary show, and it follows a junior college team, like for all the players that go there, and like it follows them through the season. And it's real, like it's like documentary style. So like it follows the players, the coach, and everything. And if you like, and a lot of these junior college schools will get a lot of really talented guys that like kind of fucked up early on. Like they were in some like 4-year college, like Florida State or Georgia or something, and then got into some legal trouble or like fucked off, and now they go to a Joku school to try to like put on some tape, get their shit together, and then if they ball out, they get the opportunity to go sign with another 4-year college.
Right.
So it's really awesome because it's
That
like a
is
lot of these guys
intense.
dude, they're so talented.
Because they go to some hometown shit.
Yeah, and it's tense though because these guys like they're playing for their future. Like they fucked up and they're trying to get it together. And dude, the coach personalities on these teams are electric.
I haven't heard about that, but
you need to watch, dude. I'm so stoked
I'm gonna watch
because
it.
now you can watch like 3 seasons worth of Last Chance U. And the most recent season, it came out a couple days ago. I haven't watched it yet, and I will be more than happy to give my review on it like next week because I'm going to watch it. Dude, it's hype. Like for me, it was like my off season routine has been like Last Chance U, and then we got Hard Knocks, and then we got training camp, and then football season. Like let's go.
Yeah, that's hype.
So I'm really stoked, and I'm stoked for you. I want you to watch it. Go ahead and watch.
I'm gonna peep that because
try to watch like the first season.
You know I'm more basketball, but I know some football.
It's like Hard Knocks, but like at a junior college level with a bunch of dudes who have fucked up.
That's legit because they get an extra chance.
Yes. And it's everything. Like, have you seen Friday Night Lights?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that in real life. Like, it even follows them like about their class. Like, they always have like an academics advisor, and like homegirls got to help them like stay out of trouble and go to class and get their shit together. Because obviously, like, if they don't keep their grades up, they don't play. So
right, and that's what happens. I feel like with a lot of these athletes, bro. I watch so many. This player's top 10. This player's top this. I'm like. You can tell by how they play and their aggressiveness. Mm-hmm. They don't fucking be doing their fucking homework. They don't take no quiz. They don't take no test.
No.
Bro. I watched a dude called... I'm going to give you the name. Of course, you're not going to watch him. I think it was Greg Brown. He's a commit to UT, actually.
Okay.
Bro, his mixtape for his senior year really looks like he's playing against fucking boys, bro. It kind of almost looked like Zion's. Just his blocks were like outrageous, like or his dunks and shit. Sure. It was just beyond
ridiculous.
Like he shouldn't have even been playing with them dudes, bro. Like it just wasn't on the same skill level. Yeah, so I like this. I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah. Please, try to watch the first episode.
I'm gonna check that out.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah,
I'll watch. That. Well, you know what? I'll wait to watch the new episode. Or do you want to watch the new season first? Like we could both watch it and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'll go straight to the new season.
Yeah, we'll do the new one and then you can watch the old ones later. Yeah, that'll be cool. Okay,
I'm
sweet.
with that.
Okay, we have gotten some more players who have opted out this season. I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit.
I mean, I have like a huge list of like a bunch of these different people.
I'm super bummed about the first name on here. It's got me a little fucked up, to be honest. Devin Funchess has opted out this season, which is great because he's the only wide receiver that Green Bay signed this offseason.
I mean...
After picking up Jordan Love and not signing any wide receiver.
You know why? I mean, I knew that was going to be the one name you were going to say. Because out of all the people...
this time, everyone's been talking shit about Green Bay and like how they didn't do anything this offseason. I was like, well, we got Devin Funchess. And like, he was actually really good in Carolina. And I think he was just in a bad system in Indianapolis.
I could agree with your pain. Because Goodwin opted out for us.
It sucks, and now we have nobody. We're not going to... I mean, unless it puts Green Bay in a tough spot. And then what? Do we pick up a Josh Gordon? Do we sign him?
Get out of here, bro. Josh Gordon ain't going to Green Bay, bro.
You know that?
Nah, he's going to go somewhere. Dude,
what if?
He's not going to
Green Bay. You didn't think he was going to... You didn't think he's going to Seattle? What if we even...
He's not going back.
What if we even get on Martavis Bryant? That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be fine.
He's an animal.
So, bro, this is the problem. The only thing about Green Bay, because you know I give my respects. It has not been the quarterback position.
No.
It has been...
Well, I think everyone knows
now that. These past couple years, not the running back position.
No. Yeah, they got running back on.
They got a running back now.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is awesome.
A beast.
He's great, yeah.
The only thing, though, bro, you got Devontae now. Now that Nelson's gone and
Devontae actually stepped up.
It's just Devontae.
But it's like we need more.
So Devontae can smash all day, but then he's just going to end up like a Larry Fitzgerald. Which, that's no longer the case because we got motherfucking old boy.
Dude, you know.
D-Hop now on the other side.
D-Hop could be in Green Bay right now. Like, bro. I remember when the reports came out about him being up for trade, And
bro.
dude, they didn't trade away hardly anything. Like Green Bay could have given up that same cap, bro, and we could have D Hop
Yeah,
and fucking Devontae Adams in the same receiving core.
yeah.
I would shit myself.
So I agree with your pain a little bit because I'm salty that on this whole list, because there's still unspecified opt-outs that people that said I may opt out and I won't.
Oh,
That's a huge list too.
I haven't seen that.
I fucking
I mean,
have
it makes sense though. A lot
I
of
mean,
people are reporting.
bro, I'll list them for
Sure.
you. I mean, it's legit.
Sure.
But
I got a couple more here.
We're also out on Marquise Goodwin. So I mean,
wait,
he opted. He opted out.
Marquise Goodwin opted
Marquise
out?
Goodwin fucking opted out, bro.
Sucks for you guys.
Exactly, bro.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
I didn't see that. He was like one of your biggest offseason acquisitions.
Opted out, dude.
Oh, no.
Opted out, dude.
No.
And the one position that we really need a good person.
Like y'all were finally looking good again.
You're not coming, bro, because you're going to get a virus? Come on. Yeah, he's out, bro. So
my condolences, my guy. That sucks.
So I feel like this is equivalent if Brady would have stayed in New England, Hightower opting out. I feel like that was like the equivalent to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
dude,
what?
When I saw he opted out, I thought it was nuts.
Dude.
He's the leader of the defense. Like,
exactly. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, he's the defensive quarterback. Like,
you know, we just made some moves. Goodwin, he has to be like one of our tops in his position.
Other than like Darius Slay.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we actually need you.
Yeah.
We actually did it because we need you.
Yeah.
And you're not going to play. Like, we're goose, bro.
Yeah,
we're goose egg.
Yeah,
so,
I think I'm really interested to see what's going to happen in New England, though, because not only did Hightower opt out, but so did Marcus Cannon. And I know Marcus Cannon's not a big name because he's a defensive lineman, but he was a replacement for Vincent Wilfork. Like when he left, like they brought in Marcus Cannon, he was the guy.
Yeah.
And he's been showing up in a very similar fashion too. Yeah. So not only are they losing like the quarterback of their defense, they're losing an extremely talented like run stuffer too. Right. Like he's a nose tackle, like he's like an interior.
Exactly.
Lineman. So
they also lost an OL, which is so weird.
They lost an offensive lineman too.
Warmick.
I don't know.
But I feel like,
what was he? Is it like a guard or a tackle?
Is he a starter? I didn't go all the way in it, but
okay.
Or no, I'm lying. Warmick is for the Seahawks. Najee Tarrant.
Okay.
He's out. But I don't feel like they don't care about the O-line no more because if the pressure kicks in, it's not like a Drew Brees, not a Drew Brees, I'm sorry, a Tom Brady who's just, I'm going to throw it. Cam will scramble. As soon as you hit that back shoulder, bro, he'll dip. So,
for sure.
I don't think it's too bad them losing the OL, but I mean, maybe. Hey, they're one of my teams for something later that I got for you.
Did you see that Damian Williams opted out? The Kansas City running back who I think should have been the Super Bowl MVP? Dude, I saw that and I was like, no fucking way, man. Like that's like well, it's almost the same. It's kind of like if Aaron Jones opted out.
Yeah. Duvernay Tardif opted out too for Kansas City. So where do you go? Like your third or fourth string now? Ooh, that's tough.
And Shady McCoy, did you see where he went?
That's tough.
Shady McCoy signed with the Bucks.
Of course he did. What the fuck?
Same shit, dude.
What the fuck?
He signed.
You know why he did that?
Yeah, why?
Only to give Brady a little bit of extra. I can't hit these quick slots.
Sure, yeah.
Let me just get it to my running back. Go ahead, bro.
He rode Kansas City to the Super Bowl. Why not ride Tampa?
And so that's what I never understood. To me, right? With the exception of maybe one or two, when Brady was in New England, they never gave him a solid running back.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
To me. With who?
Well, they got a lot of guys.
Like I said, I would give you one or two.
James White's
that was good for him in his scheme with running there.
Deion Lewis? He was great. Deion Lewis was great.
I give you Blunt.
LeGarrette Blunt.
I give you Blunt.
I think less of LeGarrette Blunt than I do the other guys.
But he Blunt went hard with them. You know the only reason I know that
he had like 10
is because we got him.
Yeah,
and then we some kind of way got a Jahi also.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts.
And then they both got fucking hurt. What the fuck?
They both got hurt.
Oh my gosh, bro. To me, Blunt was his best running back, and everybody else he's had. To me, I don't feel like the defenses felt like this running back.
They didn't have to respect it as
much at all.
Well, one thing I will agree with you on that is that like New England, they like to do kind of more of a committee where like, they got like specialized guys.
Right.
And I can understand that because if you have a specialization type back, they're not as versatile. So like you don't have
Right.
to respect them as much. It's kind of like a quarterback that like has bad accuracy but can scramble. Like just put a spy on him and then you're fine.
So,
Like,
bro,
same shit.
so this is the best that I can make out of this, right?
Yeah.
Of course, Dak ain't a Tom Brady, but if you took Tom Brady and put him with Zeke in all that receiving core,
Saquon.
Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started. And so I'm gonna be real, bro. I think Elliott and Saquon are similar backs. The only problem is
I don't think he's. Well, it could be his quarterback.
This
you
is
made
what I'm
that
saying.
argument last week.
The only problem that I have with this is Elliott is playing for Dak, bro. When we saw Elliott come in, I'm gonna go ahead and smash out no matter what. He was number 1 in the league, bro, and killed it.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
To me, right now, if somebody asks me who's the best back in the game, I'm gonna say Saquon.
Same. Saquon's the best back in the league.
But if some shit moved around, bro, if Tom Brady was with this Dallas squad, as old as he is, or Aaron Rodgers, something like that,
Super Bowl.
Bro, it'd be killed, bro. Bro, not more than one. It'd be more than one.
Yeah,
it'd be more than one. And so that's why I'm saying, Dak, you kind of asking for a little bit more than what you haven't proved yet, bro.
Take a look around, man.
You've had a squad, Dak, since you've been in the league. You can't tell me when you ain't had defense or offense.
I mean, one of his offensive, like, there was an argument to, like, anoint his entire offensive line as, like, the MVP one of those seasons. Like,
first of all, if you have Ryan,
I don't know if you remember that.
I don't know if you don't have Dez and you not just smashing everybody.
Yeah, Dez still wants to come back too.
Yeah, of course, but not everybody.
So does T.O. too. Did you see that?
So it sucks. Well, shit. So now that T.O. raced Tyreek Hill and he ran a 4.42, niggas is like, shit.
He's fast.
Look, man, this 50-year-old can still.
Too, dude. Did you see that video,
bro?
Dude, he's so swole.
So I saw 2 of them.
Yeah.
The initial one, Tyreek gave him.
He gave him like 10 yards. He still beat him though, and he was still close.
He smashed him.
Yeah, he was still close.
The second time they ran side by side, and Tyreek smashed him. But of course,
respect.
But at the same time, bro, Owens is old, bro. Owens ain't like no. Bro, Owens been out for a minute.
Here's the thing about that,
man. That's crazy.
Like, yeah, he's fast, right? But it's like I said before, that doesn't necessarily translate to being a good player on the field, though. And like, what happens if he takes a big stick?
So
you know what I mean?
This is what I imagine.
He might be a little more. He might be a little less durable.
This is my only thing.
But you can sign him on like a veteran minimum deal, and you're like, hey, go out there, and then at that point you're playing with house money. You know what I mean? Like, just go out there and
the only person that I think,
you get hurt, whatever.
The only person I think got fucked out of all of that, or all this kind of way it could go, is Michael Irvin, because he got that neck injury and was fucking done.
Yeah, that we've had a couple injuries like that.
T.O. can come back right now and smash motherfuckers, and he will not get hit because he'll put himself in positions where...
like T.Y.? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, just go down early.
Exactly.
Or just go out of bounds.
Back in the day when Irvin was playing, bro, they was like, there wasn't no helmet-to-helmet contact and shit, bro, so he was getting slaughtered, bro.
Do you think Ocho Cinco could do the same thing?
Yeah,
there too.
He could, but Ocho...
There's so many similarities between the two of them.
There are.
Yeah.
Ocho's more like, I'm done, though.
Yeah, but T.O.
be saying, like, bro, I can come back and still play. It's just teams won't pick him up, bro.
He called out Kansas City.
I call T.O. like an Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was still sick as fuck in the NBA. They just didn't like his antics for the team.
I respect it.
Even though his performance was fire, they didn't like the outside of performing shit.
Sure.
Which fucked it up.
Okay.
For sure.
So one of the first impactful college opt-outs has happened. His name's Caleb Farley. He's a cornerback, and he's a projected first-round pick. I was curious how you feel. Like, do you think that high draft stock college players opting out could hurt their draft capital? Like, you're a projected first and you opt out. Like, do you think there's any chance you might slip to the second? Or do you think it's
the reason?
Do you think it's worth it?
I'm going to say yes, because
yes, it'll hurt them, or
yes, it'll hurt them.
I think so too.
If you're
That's
good,
a year off from playing.
If you're good,
it's like you can even stay in shape, but it's not game shape. You know what I mean? Like, you're not out there getting the
But
reps.
if you're not playing, then you're still working out doing shit, but you ain't really doing nothing,
no,
bro.
It's not the same.
So, no, if anybody to me is opting out right now and they're part of my franchise or my team or whatever.
You mean college or
college
and
NBA,
NFL?
basketball, any sport, bro. I'm going to look at you a little bit of a different way. And the only reason I do that is because, bro, we go work 9 to 5s and all this shit, and we making $10 an hour,
That's
$16 an hour. Yeah. We think $20 an hour is a lot.
They're all professional athletes too, so they're a lot healthier.
These dudes be making $200,000 a game and shit. Like, bro, y'all got to go do that.
Go make your bread.
Go make your money.
Go get your chickens, man.
Y'all worked that hard to be able to do whatever you do that we can't.
Yeah.
So go do it. Don't, like... I think it's just weird, bro. If you opt out and you're sitting at home, you're doing the same shit that I do. I work from home, but I mean, bro, like you're in a different upper echelon, bro. Like you have 3 living rooms. Now I have like half of one, bro. Like like it's fucking different, bro. Like nah, it's bullshit.
Okay, we talked about the Packers offseason just a little bit. We'll talk about it a little more here, just because something did pop up. Aaron Rodgers did a podcast recently, in regards to it was with Kyle Brandt, and it was in regards to how he felt. About the signing of Jordan Love, and just asking the guy some questions. Man.
He didn't keep it real.
I think he did keep it real.
I don't think,
but I think he was respectful.
I think he kept it where he kind of needed to, because Aaron Rodgers is popped off year after year. Aaron Rodgers always comes out and says something like over the top. We know this, but he's able to do that. To me, Aaron Rodgers already know what's up. Like he said, he didn't really necessarily be like, they got a quarterback, but he was still kind of like, wow, y'all wouldn't have got a quarterback, bro? How old is Aaron? 36, he said?
36.
Bro, he said he can play into his 40s. I believe that because Drew Brees is doing it, Tom Brady's doing it, and he's just as good as them. If not, maybe if we want to be real, better.
And healthy. Health is a big part of it.
Bro,
he is healthy.
His shoulder, that was it. Yeah. Since then, he's fine.
He's been okay. Yeah, I mean, he played great last year.
Bro, so, I don't know. It's tough to me because I feel like Green Bay just fucked themselves now. I mean, I know you're a Green Bay fan, but...
I don't feel as good about the season right now as I did before.
This is what's happening, bro. In basketball, we started seeing teams trade players that were willing to stay there forever. Yeah, and they just traded them like they weren't shit.
Yeah.
The NFL is now about to get to that level where they start doing it. Mm-hmm. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is our first case. Like, I feel like that was the hardest slap in the face. Because I feel like Aaron could run at least 4 more years productive.
I think so, too.
Easily.
Yeah.
And so you get another quarterback. In the first round, y'all ain't going to let him sit for 4 years. Like, we know what's really up.
At least let him sit for like 2 to 3 years. When do you think will be the last season for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay?
This next one.
So you don't. So you think he stays this year, and you think he stays next year?
He stays this year and plays because his contract ends.
No, he's under contract for like 4 years right now.
But he can always wiggle. They can wiggle it, right?
I mean, they can figure it out. Yeah.
I will give him this year. Depending on how far they go, he's leaving.
How far do you think they have to go for them to keep him?
He has to be either in the Super Bowl or a game from the Super Bowl.
So last year, make the NFC Championship.
Yeah. If he doesn't make that, he's out of there.
I don't think they do it.
I think he's out of there. I don't think they do it either. And this is going to be the problem because to me, I feel like Aaron Rodgers has that taste in his mouth where it's like, oh, really? Y'all got me bent. But he's being very...
It could also tilt him in the other way, too. He could be like, you know what? Like, y'all are trying to move on to the next guy. Like, check this shit out. You know what I mean? And then tell him to shove it.
Now, that's what I'm thinking. So, like, if we know Aaron Rodgers for real, that's the way he's going to do it.
He likes a chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying.
He can play like that, even if he... Tell Green Bay to fuck off.
Even if he doesn't win it, or he goes super far, he's still going to be like, no, y'all got him, remember?
You know what would actually be pretty sick is if, like, Green Bay won the Super Bowl and then he wanted to leave anyways.
Bro, I'm telling you right now.
I would actually respect
that's going to happen. That's going to happen.
I would respect the fuck out of that.
Think if you're Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
And they say right now, bro, I've been in the league as long as I've been in.
Yeah.
What do you rank me? I'm hoping, to being completely honest, bro, an NFL fan would have Aaron Rodgers top 3, no lower than top 5.
I think so. And that's not even biased. Like,
I'm not being biased, bro. I'm an Eagles fan. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers still has to be a top 3 quarterback, bro.
I think
on most of these listings, he's 6, he's 7. He's like not even in the top 10 and shit. And I'm like, why though? Like, that is beyond dumb, bro. So, yeah, I think that he's gone. I think that was the biggest slap in the face. He'll be done after this year.
So this year for sure, and then if they don't make the NFC Championship game, you think this is it?
Yeah.
Where do you think he goes?
So again,
here's the thing: he's gonna have to be traded. He's under contract. So Where could he be traded to?
It's gonna depend.
What do you think? What would it take?
It's gonna depend.
It's gonna take a first, right?
Depending.
It's got to.
It depends on his season. If his season's fire where he's still looking like one of the best quarterbacks, people gonna have to come off some shit. If he just comes out and for whatever reason he either gets hurt
you know
or he has a bad season,
in my soul,
he'll drop a little bit.
You wanna know where he could go?
Where?
He can go to Dallas.
Bro.
Dude, he could go to Dallas. Do you know what he would do with that roster?
Bro.
Dude, Mike McCarthy's in Dallas.
He could go to Chicago.
Mike McCarthy's in Dallas.
Exactly that, bro. He could go to Chicago.
Holy
he
shit.
could go to
No, don't say that.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because that's like y'all's rival, right?
No.
But I mean,
he's not going to go to fucking Chicago, bro. Fuck that.
Look, Trubisky better come out and fucking ball out, bro. Because if not,
he's not the starter, bro. It's gonna be Nick Foles.
It will be, but Nick Foles better come out and ball out. That's my boy. I still gonna always have forever love for him. I feel like he gonna come out and ball harder than Trubisky ever could.
Sure.
But at some point in time, they're gonna think he won't, or Nick will get hurt. Because as of recent, Nick been getting hurt.
Well, he had one injury. It was just unfortunately a collarbone.
And you know what? This is what I'm saying. Before that collarbone injury happened, they was fucking going off in that fucking game.
Yeah, he did look good.
They were going off.
Yeah, everyone kind of forgot about him. But
exactly. You know why they forgot about him?
Well, Gardner Minshew.
Because of the beard. The Minshew fella coming in with the tiny whities in the locker room, running around.
Bro. I fuck with Gardner Minshew.
Nick Foles is still fired. And so I'm hoping that any Eagles fans that are listening right now, because I'm an Eagles fan, we should have fucking kept him, bro. I didn't want to give up Wentz because Wentz is going to be something, but we should have structured our shit in a way where
Wentz... y'all are still trying to run a two-quarterback system anyways with Jalen Hurts,
So now I feel like Wentz is fucked. I think Wentz is fucked.
You think Jalen Hurts is going to take his job?
I think Jalen Hurts is going to take his job, and I'm going to give it a year.
Wow.
I'm going to give it a year.
Do you think they try to keep him, or do you think they try to trade him?
Who? Carson?
Walk it to him.
I think that we'll keep him to give him that chance. Because Doug Peterson is
so you think they're going to make it like an ongoing quarterback competition?
Yeah. But I think that once
do you think that'd be healthy for the psyche of whoever the starter is, though?
I do.
I know a lot of teams will intentionally try to bring somebody in that won't particularly challenge the starting position because they want the quarterback to be able to focus just on his assignments and on the scheme and his tape.
I think
opposed to worrying about losing his job each week. You know what I mean?
Well,
I mean that's kind of what happened with with Dak and Zeke, right? Because they didn't know when Zeke was going to play and when he wasn't going to play.
So the problem was, and then this is what I felt. This was the problem, right? Dak had some pop off games. So Zeke was like, "Shit, all right, bet, let's go." Zeke popped off. Dak has not. So now Zeke is sitting here like, "Bro, I just signed this long ass contract to play with you, bro." But honestly, you're playing garbage, bro. So the criticisms that come to you are for real. Like at the end of the day, they're going to give me the ball, and I'm still going to get up and do my hand motion in front of my face, bro, because I'm going to eat regardless. I'm going to get mine, but I can't get mine no more if what they thought you were, you're not that anymore, which you haven't been.
No.
And now people try to say, Zeke's fell off, Zeke's done this. Well, the reason why Zeke was popping off so hard is because Dak was playing better. So then they had to respect maybe this a play action and Dak gonna throw it.
Their rookie season, they both popped off.
You feel me?
Because,
they popped off, bro.
Yeah, but then once they got that tape on Dak.
Now you get the tape. Bro, you know what happened? And I know my boy he started it. My boy Colin.
Yeah.
He was raw, bro, that year that he fucking jumped in for San Francisco, bro.
Playoffs. I know.
Because nobody knew he could just fucking scramble for 60 yards, bro.
He was crushing it.
And a touchdown.
Yeah.
Then they studied that tape. The next year wasn't so different, bro. He had to throw the ball more. And what happened? Your accuracy ain't as good.
No.
Same shit with Dak.
Similar to Lamar Jackson.
Same shit with Dak, bro.
Similar to a Lamar Jackson.
I don't think that shit's going to be the same with Lamar. Because Lamar got more like wiggle sticks with it, bro. He got more wiggle sticks.
Yeah, Colin was more of a, if he got an open field.
Then he's gone.
He's like a
he wasn't like, let me juke you. No, Lamar will hit you with a juke and a spin move and a stiff arm and then high step in the gut. You know, bro. Yeah, no. It's a little different.
Sure.
It's surprising, though. But yeah.
Okay, I want you to pull this up real quick. If not, I can just read it to you. I wanted to talk about this last week, but we didn't really have a lot of time. And I went ahead and, participated a little bit myself. Chris Sims dropped a quarterback list of his. That
I
is
saw that
for the
bitch.
top 40 quarterbacks in the NFL. So a couple of like
Oh,
backups paired with, some starters, and he
I
made a list.
saw that.
So I thought it'd be fun to make
I
my own list as
saw
well. But we'll talk.
that.
We'll talk about Chris Sims first, and then I'll pull up mine, and then we'll see how you feel about both. Um, well, Chris Sims, starting from the very bottom, starting at 40, he's got Tua Tagovailoa, Dwayne Haskins, Mitchell Trubisky, Justin Herbert, Taysom Hill, Jared Stidham, Tyrod Taylor, Jameis Winston, Case Keenum, and Nick Foles.
Well, you starting from the
From
bottom?
40. Yeah, so that's 40
Okay, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. Because I'm
31.
about to say, wait, I'm looking at the top.
Yeah, 40 to 31. So, I mean, I think, Taysom Hill, Justin Herbert, Mitchell Trubisky, like, that's all fair. I wonder why he's so low on Tua. I know you're kind of high on Tua, right?
So I would put Tua a little higher,
Do you
to
think
be
he plays
honest.
this season?
Yes,
How much do you think he plays this season?
at least half.
At least half.
Yeah.
You want to give me, like, a count?
We have 17 games this year, right?
I think it's 16. We should
on the
have
new
checked this. God
format.
damn it. But,
Um,
yeah. I think
no,
it's
they've always
16.
had 16.
Yeah,
They
I
do an
know.
extra one.
I know. I don't think that starts yet, though. I think that's like 2022.
Well, that's dumb for them to not start that, but then start the playoffs with 17.
Yeah, the
Like
playoffs,
that's
I believe, was
idiotic.
supposed to start first, and then the extra game was going to follow later.
Okay, so if I have to be real, because Fitz is still there, right? My boy Fitz Magic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it maybe 2 games, man.
2 games.
Give it about 2. And
Do you think Fitzmagic plays himself out of the position, or do you think they just start playing Tua?
he plays himself out of it. Because so there are certain type of quarterbacks, right?
Fitzmagic is like
To
a
me,
better James.
Fitz Magic to me is like a Rivers late in his career, or he's like a Jameis Winston, or he's like a Mitchell Trubisky. Like
Oh, come
you
on, have a
don't
little bit of
know,
respect. He's not like the
you
Trubisky.
don't know it. Like when he pops off, he pops off.
Uh-huh.
But when he doesn't, it's horrible. So I think Tua should have a healthy hip after all this fucking time.
You could be right, actually.
He's gonna come in and he's gonna kill it. Now they did lose an asset, which kind of sucks a little bit.
You could be right though. Like,
But
they're playing New England and Buffalo
yeah,
at New England and at home against Buffalo in the first 2 weeks. That at home game against Buffalo, they could win. And then after that,
I think
oh man, dude, they got a pretty rough schedule. To be
I
honest.
think that they need to beat New England too. And
Yeah. Hey, by
so
the way, I was right. They only got 16 games this year. I just
to
checked.
right, so they have to beat New England as well. I think
So you think in order to keep Fitzmagic in place, he's got to win both games?
he's gonna have to win those. Yeah. If he doesn't, let's just take a gamble on Tua. Yeah, of course Tua will get hit harder, but Tua also has a stronger offensive line now than he did in college. And
I feel.
even throughout injuries and not, he came back that one game with the injury
Mhm.
and was playing pretty good until he got hit again.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'm actually seeing Tua is about to be like the runaway guy
Sure.
with that.
Okay.
Like for sure.
So Dwayne Haskins is really low here too. We can go ahead and talk about this a little now.
I don't think he's low. I'm cool with him
Well,
at
no,
39.
this is what I wanted to bring up. This is something I mentioned that I wanted to talk about last week, and I forgot to bring it up. Did you see that Alex Smith got approved?
We saw it, bro.
He's
Bro.
been cleared to start NFL activities.
Look,
He's healthy.
and the last team he was with was who?
He's still under contract with the Redskins.
Exactly.
So like if he clears, like like he's the starter.
There's no way.
There's no way
you
Ron
start
Rivera passes
Haskins
that up,
over.
right? No way, right?
Stop it.
No
Yeah,
way.
Stop it,
So,
bro.
dude, I'm so hyped.
They
Did
can
you
be
watch the
wrong
30
with
or 30?
Rivera and.
Did you see it? It was
That could
gnarly,
be raw.
dude. Like he got fucked up, and there's always been a little bit of animosity against Alex Smith just because I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan, and like I think most people understand
Of
the
course.
controversy between the two. So, but like after watching the 30 for 30 and like watching the recovery he's made and just like his physical journey back to a healthy status, I'm very excited to see how he performs and if he's actually able to start the season. I think that would be really cool. And I think he's a lot higher in the list too. Like
He's
if he
gonna
comes
start.
back, I think he's higher than I put him higher than like Phillip Rivers.
I mean, I would put him higher than maybe. If we got Haskins, I would put Haskins higher than I would put him higher than Trubisky. At this point in time, I would put him higher than blind ass Winston, even though he got his eyes fixed. I feel like maybe he would smash in New Orleans, to be honest. But the rest of the list, I do not see him higher than. I can see him higher than maybe Ryan Fitzpatrick, but the rest of this list, I'm gonna have to give it to Chris Sims. He called it pretty good. I mean, you can interchange on your end like a couple of different spots, but for the most part, Winston should be to the upper, well, the lower upper echelon of quarterbacks for sure.
You said Winston. You mean Smith?
I thought oh yeah, well, I was talking about Haskins, but I'm saying he's better than Winston. So I'm
Oh, well, I'm
thinking.
talking about Alex Smith though.
Oh man, Alex
Oh, come
Smith.
on, bro.
Alex Smith's gonna have to be top 10. I'm sorry.
You think
With
he's
all
top
these players
10?
that are right here right now, Alex Smith is top 10. I'm sorry.
I don't think he's top 10.
Alex Smith to me, bro, in
But
this
like
top
they
10.
got what's his name? They got Phillip Rivers like at 17. I think he's better than him. I think like he can be comfortable like
You're looking
upper mid.
You're looking at the same.
Yeah,
40.
Chris Sims.
I know.
Yeah, the Sims top 40 quarterback.
Alex Smith, you're telling me it's not better than Cam Newton?
I do think he's better than Cam Newton.
What about Matthew Stafford? Right? Debatable, right?
He's not better than Matthew Stafford.
What about Dak Prescott, who's number 8?
He doesn't belong at 8.
What about Matt Ryan, who's number 7? Like,
I think he's close to a Matt Ryan.
Alex Smith is gonna have to be.
This whole list is kind of fucked up.
It's accurate, but then really inaccurate. But Smith has to be top 10, maybe top like 8. I'm sorry. I would think that he would go in on that. I would think that he would. I think that's where it gets crucial.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, he's got Gardner Minshew, Teddy Bridgewater, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
So, bro,
he's got Drew Lock kind of low for me. I'm really high on Drew Lock this year. He's got Drew Lock at 25.
So, see, I have a different list from him.
Goffs. Yeah, you might be.
Yours could be more accurate.
Yeah, here, I'll let you take a peek at it.
Yeah, let me see. Because, bro,
I'll send it to you.
So, check this, right? So, look at your list right there. This is my top 10 from Chris Sims that I got like maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Patrick, of course, 1. Russell, 2. Aaron, 3. Deshaun, 4. Lamar, 5. Carson, 6. Matt, 7. Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that's the list I'm looking at.
8. Right. Yeah. Matt Stafford, 9. And
Newton
10. I don't.
Well, we can talk about a couple of like the noticeable names. I think Drew Lock's a little too low at 25.
I don't.
I know you're not big on Drew Lock yet. You'll see though. He's gonna flash out.
So bro. This is the thing, bro. This is why because I knew you were gonna talk about him. This is my point with that. When you come into the season, into a season that some people have already ran, and then you're coming into it.
Sure.
The level is different than a quarterback that just got plugged into a system and has to start right away. It's a different type of.
Well, I would argue that's kind of what happened because he didn't even start the season as a starter.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Joe Flacco got.
I feel like Drew Lock did pop off, but he popped off as coming in as a replacement. I'm gonna be better. It was kind of like the Nick Foles to Carson Wentz shit.
Sure.
And so that's why I don't want to get it. I need him to come out and start this next season.
Sure.
And go ham the same way he did coming in.
I can respect
this
that.
part and go.
Yeah, I can respect
so that. Drew does look good to me though. I'm not discrediting this guy at all. He looks like he's good. We need to see you do that throughout a course of an entire season under your calling or the coach's calling. Then maybe I can give Drew a little bit more love. So I'm cool with Drew at 25 because I think that's actually kind of high. With quarterbacks that have already been in the league doing some shit.
What about Baker Mayfield at 21?
Baker?
Yeah.
It's too high for me, man. You know this stuff.
Oh, man. I just wanted you to say it. I wanted to hear what you guys
What has Baker done since he's been in the league that should have him 21, bro? That's almost half of the 40 top list. What should have him at 20? What has he done that should have him at 20, bro?
Not much. He hasn't made the playoffs. I feel like that's what you got to do, right?
So it would be different if he didn't have a squad. But if we sit here and start naming his roster,
like if he played for Miami,
If we sit here and start naming his roster, it makes it look like why aren't y'all like division leaders and doing some shit like
where would you put him?
Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, like down with like Nick Foles in case. I'm
putting him maybe not even in this 40.
Jesus, I think that's a little low.
So I mean, how many quarterbacks active are there in the league, right? That 32. They're basing this off of
32.
Minus
like a couple of guys like what's his name? Like Taysom Hill or
he right.
Yeah,
so
like,
to me,
like other guys,
he is the last one, or maybe there's even
so like out of 32 starters, you think he's 32 behind Joe Burrow?
I do. That's only because his team is too good to not be doing shit.
I concur.
Which is why we talk about Dak all the time. Like it's not us just hating on Dallas.
Before, both the teams have a lot of similarities.
You have an offense, you have a defense.
Yeah.
Why aren't you winning? So I mean, we got to put the blame on somebody, right? We can say coaches. So
with that same logic, do you think Dak belongs down there with Baker Mayfield?
Dak is.
I think it's obvious that Dak is better.
Dak is better than Baker,
sure,
but way too fucking high. Dak should be in the 20s.
Okay, so you think Dak should be where Baker Mayfield is, and then Baker Mayfield should not be on the list?
Dak and Baker should be in the same list. If Baker makes this list, he should still be a couple of notches lower than Dak. But Dak is still...
So Dak like 21, Baker like 25 maybe?
I mean, based on these names I'm seeing, bro...
Joe Burrow's at 26, and you put him at like 27.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm talking more Dak and him going more to like 25 to 40. Like they're in that... The lower.
I think Teddy Bridgewater's a little low. I don't know why he's down at like 29.
I think that Teddy Bridgewater again is one of those guys that has to prove himself. He balled
5 for 5 last season.
He balled
like a champ.
He balled.
Like there were talks of just leaving him in,
but he's on the wrong team. Like think so. If he's on a team,
so you think like losing, losing Sean Payton could be a bigger deal than people may be talking about.
I think so.
I can see that. I mean, Sean Payton's a great coach.
Sean and Drew, they're like a Greg and Tim or Greg. Like,
sure.
If I can, do it that way.
I mean, Bill and Tom.
Sean just sitting there, bro, with like Nick gone or some shit like that, bro. It's not gonna be the same, bro. Okay. It's not at all. So
okay, a couple of other notable names here. They got Tom Brady at 15, Drew Brees at 16, Big Ben at 14. Kirk Cousins at 13.
I'm okay with that. The only thing I'm not okay with is Kirk Cousins is not higher than Ben or Tom or Drew. I think
he belongs lower than Josh Allen.
He's not even higher than fucking Phillip. And I think Phillip should retire already. You already know. It's not that I don't like him.
Well, yeah, I just
feel like his prime days...
Sure.
They're over with, bro. Right. We're just going to see him come out and throw 4 or 5 picks a game, and then he's going to look fucking horrible, bro.
I don't think he's going to be that bad.
Then he's going to retire.
I think he's going to surprise you.
And you know what's going to happen? Then we're just going to talk shit about him. Like, which is not fair.
Aaron Rodgers could go to Indianapolis.
Look, bro, I don't even want to talk about Aaron because y'all shitted on that man so hard by drafting a quarterback.
It hurts my heart.
When Aaron can at least...
I just want you to know that
if 5 years
if we sign one of the big name wide receiver free agents that are still out there right now, even if we were to pick up Antonio Brown, by the way, who just got served an 8-game suspension. So I don't know if you saw that.
I don't know if you saw. He said he wasn't going to come back.
No, he is. So after he said he wasn't going to come back, he told the NFL, "Hey, y'all need to wrap up this probe. Like I'm done. Like y'all need to wrap this up because I want to come back to the NFL.
Right, or I'm not going to play."
And then just an hour or two ago. They wrapped it up, and they served him an 8-game suspension. And then it followed with them saying Antonio Brown was not going to appeal it, and now he's ready to sign with the roster.
He will not go to Green Bay. He won't go to Green Bay. I think he's going to go to. I don't know. It's gonna be something like
crazy. If he goes
to
Kansas City, I'm gonna fucking
or it's gonna be like Seattle, or it's gonna be something. Intense as fuck.
He's got to go to a contender, right? I don't think he signs. Yeah.
It's going to be something crazy,
Well, I know they said that he might go to Baltimore because his cousin plays there, Hollywood Brown, and he fucks with Lamar Jackson.
some teams are away from like a piece or two. He'll be on one of those, and he'll get his bread, and he will produce. I don't feel like he's gonna come back and not produce. I
I
just
don't think
see
so either.
that's highly unlikely.
Sure. Okay. So you wanted to talk top 10.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. My boy Carson Wentz is 6. I can't lie. I would
After
have him
not
ranked a
being
little
included in
lower.
the NFL top 100 list.
In 100, bro, he's 6.
No.
Oh,
No. This is Chris Sims' list. But in the NFL top
oh,
100, he wasn't even in it.
oh yeah. Well, he shouldn't be. But I'm okay with Chris Sims' list.
Oh, so you like, oh, you just
No,
like the love.
bro, I'm
You
a
just like the
realist.
love.
Okay, I
Okay.
love my
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles, but if we fuck up, I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna be biased on
Sure.
my own team. You
Sure.
know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Yeah.
Carson should not be in 100 because he's been hurt and he hasn't really proved anything to us. He had a nice little run, but it didn't go nowhere. So, I mean, I know he didn't have the Jeffries and the Watsons and shit and the Aguilar no more, but I feel like these are one of those situations where he pushed himself to that. There are receivers that are going to get with a quarterback, and then there are receivers that won't, which is why I love that we picked up Jalen Hurts. I love it. And I feel like at some point in time, Jalen Hurts will take some snaps and do a bunch of shit, even with Carson healthy throughout the season. And
I have Carson Wentz just a little bit lower, but he's still pretty high.
on your list,
Yeah.
where's he at?
We'll talk about that in a second.
What the fuck?
So,
What?
let's see.
He's always injured. Fuck him. Stop scrambling, bitch. Just
Okay.
throw the ball.
All right. So I think we both agree that Dak Prescott and Matt Ryan don't belong in the top 10.
Not even the top. I don't even think 20 at this point. Like, to be honest, bro.
I mean, they could be in the teens. I'm cool with that.
No,
but
no, they cannot.
I think the top 5 is a little interesting. I don't think anyone objects to Patrick Mahomes being number 1. Lamar Jackson at 5 is pretty nutty.
I do in a way. Only because I'm being real, bro. Lamar been in the league a little longer, and he was able to progress as he played. So I'm giving it to Lamar. He's my number 1 on any quarterback list, ESPN list. I'm gonna have to go Lamar.
Wow.
Right now.
Okay.
Right now, though. Right now.
Sure.
Patrick is there, but
he's going to be around a lot longer. I feel like most people agree on.
Of course, because he doesn't scramble as much as Lamar.
He doesn't need to.
Lamar's like, bro, I'll hike it, and if nothing open, bro, I'm a running back, and you're not.
Yeah.
So he's going to hit a little bit more. So,
sure.
But yeah.
So you got Russell Wilson at 2, Aaron Rodgers 3, Deshaun Watson 4, Lamar Jackson 5. You fuck with that?
I don't agree with that, bro. I don't.
Who would be your top 5?
I don't agree. My top 5 would be you can interchange Lamar or Patrick.
So like a 1A and a 1B.
Right. But then my top 5 changes because I still have Russell Wilson slightly better than Aaron. But to me, they're like almost equal.
Sure.
I keep them in those spots. If anything got swapped out of this, Deshaun would go to 5. And Lamar or Patrick would be the 1 or the 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me just close my list real quick. This doesn't include Nick Foles as the quarterback for the Bears because I forgot that he went there.
So you didn't.
I think he's going to be the quarterback though. So just keep that in mind. And then Alex Smith too. Like that news just got dropped a couple days ago.
So we didn't have that.
Yeah. So this is excluding both of those 2 details.
That's intense.
I have them like in tiers. So my bottom tier is like not a chance. These are like bottom of the barrel quarterbacks.
Right.
Starting at 32, I have Dwayne Haskins. 31, Mitch Trubisky. 30, Sam Darnold. 29, Daniel Jones. 28, Derek Carr. Those are my bottom of the barrel boys.
But you have Derek Carr ahead of... Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, so those guys like don't stand a chance. Like they will not be winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
And then my next tier is that my next tier is labeled "Will take some work and a lot of luck." So like they're gonna have to put in some work, but they're gonna have to get lucky.
Yeah.
I got Ryan Fitzpatrick / Tua Tagovailoa, Gardner Minshew, Phillip Rivers, Joe Burrow's questionable just because he's a rookie, and I didn't want to include any rookies really on this list, but he's like the unquestionable starter. Yeah,
you got to.
So Joe Burrow, he could move, but I'm just putting him here. Yeah,
he's gonna pop though.
He might. We'll see. So he's one of the exceptions. Like I think he can move. 23 Tyrod Taylor, 22 Baker Mayfield, 21 Kirk Cousins.
Why do you have Baker so high though? Is
Dude,
it because of his
22.
offense?
Yeah. He has he's got everything he needs. All he's got to do is just put it together and he's going to ball out.
But
He doesn't have to do
when
that
are we
much.
going to see him do that? What if he never does it?
I think he's better than those other quarterbacks on the list.
What?
Who do you think is better than him?
Tyrod Taylor's better than him. To me.
He could, yeah.
I saw Tyrod ball out in the Bills.
They're separated by one spot, to be fair.
Baker's too fucking high, man.
All right. Well, I know you're really low on him. I dig it. So,
he's a good player, but he has too many people to not do shit.
Sure. I got Jared Goff at 20, Dak Prescott at 19, Kyler Murray at 18, Jimmy Garoppolo 17, and Matt Ryan 16. Those are all quarterbacks who could win the Super Bowl, but it's gonna take a lot of work and a lot of luck.
Matt Ryan is not higher than Garoppolo.
Well, they're like at the same place in the list.
No, they're two off.
No, it's 17 and 16. They're right next to each other.
See, but the only difference
you could flip them if you want. It's the same shit.
I mean, not really. The difference is
they're both in the same.
Where was Garoppolo last year?
As far as what goes,
the season. Where did he end up?
I mean, in the Super Bowl.
Where did Matt Ryan end up? The same spot that he has for years, right? Yeah. Having Julio Jones.
I think we can all agree that Jimmy Garoppolo is not the reason why they made it to the Super Bowl, though.
That is true because he had a running game. But the thing is,
he had like three of the most dynamic running backs.
But bro, when he threw the ball, though,
it wasn't pretty. It's what lost him the Super Bowl.
So okay,
I'm being honest,
and you are being honest.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna say that, then him and Matt Ryan are not close at all.
I think so.
Because the last time we think about Matt Ryan, he blew what type of a lead?
I think their talent is at the same level.
What type of a Super Bowl lead did Matt blow? The last time we know about him. That's not close.
Yeah, but I think their talent is the same.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. If you think that,
who
does Matt Ryan have to throw to versus who he got to throw to?
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo was able to throw to Emmanuel Sanders, Deebo Samuels, and any of the running backs out of the backfield. Tevin Coleman, Matt Breida.
Right.
They all got
he got elbow off the fullback.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And Juszczyk. Yeah, he's great too.
Now.
And then Matt Ryan, he's got Julio Jones. And then you could say Devontae Freeman, but I mean, he's not that good of a receiver.
How many players would you pick off of San Francisco to add up to a Julio Jones that Garoppolo can throw to?
A couple of them.
That's what I'm saying,
but it's still just one piece, though. Bro. They could double to triple team Julio and be fine. Like Calvin Ridley's not going to punish you that bad.
But see, that's the thing.
I mean, Sanu was a good secondary, but I mean, he went to the Pats. So.
That's the only problem with Matt. They don't actually double and triple Julio all the time, so he can demolish these teams. He just don't get it to him. So I have a problem with that. He's old. He needs to let it go.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my next category is there's a chance these guys could throw something together and they could make a run.
Yeah.
That's Ryan Tannehill. At 15, Cam Newton 14, Drew Lock 13, Carson Wentz 12, Josh Allen 11, Teddy Bridgewater 10, Tom Brady 9, Ben Roethlisberger 8, Drew Brees 7.
I'm kind of okay with that. What is your top 6 though?
And now we have my top 6.
This is where it's gonna get tricky.
These are guys who could do it by themselves,
right?
Given the right tools.
Right.
We're talking this is a quarterback list.
Right.
My 6 is Matthew Stafford. My 5 is Russell Wilson. My 4 is Aaron Rodgers. My 3 is Lamar Jackson. 2 Deshaun Watson. 1 Patrick Mahomes.
Well, how is Deshaun over Lamar? But how?
I respect that. I like Deshaun a lot. I think he's a better quarterback.
But you also like Houston too.
I do. There's a little bit of bias there. I will say that.
But
they're 2 and 3. You can
this is the thing that sucks. Fine. He don't got Hopkins no more.
No. But, dude, Deshaun could do it though. Like I think if the game was in the balance and you needed a play from your quarterback,
you would pick Deshaun over Lamar.
I would.
What?
I would, dude.
No.
I would. Because Deshaun can do it both ways, man. He can run for 60 yards or he can throw 60 yards.
So can Lamar.
No. Lamar can't throw like that, dude.
Yes, he can.
No, I think Deshaun's arm talent is significantly better.
Bro,
I'm talking accuracy, not strength.
So this is what I think. Lamar just had...
And Lamar is more of like, okay, I don't see any looks, and he dips. Like Deshaun, he'll scramble, he'll let the play develop, he'll make a play.
This is what I think, though. There are quarterbacks that are smart.
Yeah.
So Lamar
I think
popped
Deshaun,
off
I
on
think
the
Deshaun
running.
has a higher NFL IQ than Lamar Jackson.
I think they're similar.
But
I
he's been in
think
the league for a few more years too.
right.
So I mean,
So this
there's
is
that.
what I think, and hopefully I call this right. Lamar popped off all them scrambles, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which he'll always be able to do. But in some cases, he could have threw the ball, and when in cases that he does throw it,
he's not always accurate though.
No, but most of the time he gets it there and they go.
But Deshaun's accuracy is better.
So who's a better run threat then?
Lamar, but I think
right.
I think the run threat is similar though.
I think that's what makes them even.
Deshaun's more versatile though.
In what way?
Well, because he'll allow the play to develop. Lamar doesn't do that. Deshaun, he'll scramble a bit. He'll look downfield. He'll wait for something to develop.
Right.
And then if something doesn't develop, he can bolt.
But like
and
we
then
said,
he'll still pick up a first down.
The boy D Watt is older. Right? We just said that, right?
I mean, not by much, but yeah, he's been in the league for a few more years.
Right.
Which is also why I would say that his NFL IQ is a little higher too. Like I think that just comes.
So, at a point in time, they both technically play the same kind of game. I think
they're very similar, and that's why they're right next to each other.
I think Lamar can run better than he can, and I think that throwing is the same because there's been times where Watson hasn't been accurate. So, to me, now that he lost Hopkins, I don't see Houston doing shit.
Okay. I mean, I have them missing the playoffs for what it's worth, but
yeah, but exactly. I mean, you don't got D Hop no more.
That doesn't explain how I feel about Deshaun Watson, though.
I hope that it doesn't. I hope you push for your boy, but
Lamar. Well, no, just in general, like if you lose a piece, like that doesn't diminish the value of the quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yes, it does.
I mean, it can affect your play, but I think you're still just as talented.
So
you see what I'm saying? Like roster and talent are like different.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is what I can say though, because it is in a way. If certain players don't have Moss, if certain players don't have Calvin Johnson, if certain players don't have D Hop,
I mean, those are some of the most.
If Drew Brees doesn't have like Michael Thomas and all those receivers, does he still have like 5,000-6,000 yards of fucking like a year?
I will admit
beyond
that's a very
crazy.
Compelling argument. Yeah,
so
you're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? Like now, I think.
Well, maybe this will be a defining year for Deshaun.
Like Deshaun gonna have to come out and hoop because there's no D Hop now.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
I mean, he just got full learn some shit, but I mean,
all right, we'll go ahead and move on.
Yeah, let's get it.
Who do you think is going to win the tank for Trevor sweepstakes? We all know Trevor Lawrence is coming up. We know there's a couple of teams that are hurting for a quarterback. Who do you think is going to get him?
I have in the same list here, and so
I have 3 teams.
I have.
It's a tank for Trevor.
I have about 9.
Do you think there are 9 teams that could tank? I think Corona makes things more interesting.
This is why I say that. So,
because some teams could just go, fuck it, our guys are opting out, like we'll just tank and get a baller quarterback.
And it's also based on the teams though that I have.
Okay.
It makes it weird, like you said, with Corona.
Sure.
But there are also trades and all kind of different stuff that happen.
Yeah, so I just want to just talk about like
I'll go team by team with you on who I think.
Okay.
You have about 3. I have.
Well, let me give you my teams.
I have legit 9.
Since like you have like a bunch of teams.
I have 9.
I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
I think, unarguably, Jacksonville's going to get it. I think it's unquestionable.
I'm going to mark off mine because you're going to hit.
Yeah, I'm going to hit teams. Yeah, definitely.
You're going to hit them.
That's why I wanted you to go after.
Jacksonville is for sure. Easily.
Yeah, Jacksonville. For sure. Like they're going to get it. Like I don't even think it's a competition, but these other 2 teams could.
It could
somehow do it.
It could be.
So, my next team, Detroit.
I have Detroit. Yep.
Yeah, just because like they don't win games. Like I said, I'm very high on Matt Stafford, but
injury prone.
They don't win. And
injury prone.
Yeah, and he could get hurt.
He's hurt a lot, dude.
And here's the thing too: they need a successor. And like, what better opportunity for like, dude? Think about backing up Matt Stafford and like being able to learn from him.
Trevor,
you know what I mean? Like, let Trevor sit
exactly.
Even
He's
just
a veteran.
For one season, yeah, and then like sit behind Matthew Stafford, let him groom him, let him teach him how to be a proper pro. And then, dude, just let him come out. Like, put your stock in your offensive line and just let Trevor go out there and just light the league on fire.
Exactly.
I think that would be the best case scenario.
I'm with that.
And then the New York Jets, just because they're trash. Sam Darnold's trash.
I didn't have the
Jets. He could go there and he could change that whole organization.
I didn't have the Jets.
Makes a lot of sense, though, right?
It does.
Like, kind of like what Arizona did with Kyler Murray. Like, they already had Josh Rosen there.
Right.
And then they're like, nah, fuck Josh Rosen. Like, we're going to get Kyler Murray. They could do the same thing with Sam Darnold. They'd be like, fuck Sam Darnold. We're going to take Trevor Lawrence. Like, what are you talking about?
So I did base
It's
mine
not
on
even
that.
like a question.
I based mine on their shit, which is why I had Jacksonville and Detroit. But I also based my stuff off of experiments and or teams that have been sitting with the same quarterback that hasn't gotten anywhere.
Experiments. Could you be more
So,
clear? Like,
to me, an experiment is New England. Like right where you're bringing on somebody and thinking you're gonna go. Like, I think we have a couple teams
like Chicago.
Like right.
Okay, I understand what you're
That
saying.
they mix it around. So I have New England.
Okay.
Because I feel like fair. We don't know if Cam's gonna pop off. We actually don't even know if Cam's going to play this season.
Right. That's a very good point. And if that's their reality, they really could. They could lose. Like they have the hardest schedule this season.
They could get smashed off.
Yeah, and dude, Bill Belichick with Trevor Lawrence.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. So that was my number one.
Please, for the love of God, don't let that happen.
I was like, I kind of low-key want Trevor to get in New England. That would be a whole nother like baby Brady Jr. like.
He'd become
that'd be dumb,
higher
bro.
Than Brady. Dude. Brady came in as nobody. Bro.
It'd be dumb because Trevor can scramble.
Trevor can do everything you ask.
That's what I'm saying. I had Carolina. Now I know they're getting Teddy.
I think that's less likely, but okay.
Again, if Teddy comes out and plays for them and has a shitty fucking season,
sure. You think they could just dump him? They just signed him to like a pretty lucrative contract, didn't they?
They don't have to dump him. But you can bring on Trevor for some week.
Oh, actually, that's a good point too. Because like if they get Trevor, like I mean, he's on a rookie deal, but also
it'd be week.
Yeah,
it'd be the week deal for Trevor.
I feel like if they were to pick up Trevor, like they'd have to trade Teddy Bridgewater.
So this is how.
But there's probably suitors for him.
If they pick up Trevor, let him go 1-on-1. If Teddy smashes it and does his thing, Trevor can sit. It doesn't matter. He's on some like little rookie deal anyway.
That's a good point.
So
I think that would be an awkward locker room, but I can still see where you're going.
It'd be awkward.
Sure.
But it'd be sick because what if they also want to try to incorporate a 2-quarterback system?
Sure.
Because they could. Because Teddy can scramble.
Holy shit.
Teddy
that's a good
can scramble.
Point.
Teddy can scramble.
Dude, that would work.
Telling you,
because
bro.
Bridgewater doesn't scramble much.
It'd be raw.
Dude, that would be raw. Nuts.
Exactly.
Oh, exactly. Dude, that would work.
Exactly.
Good pull, bro.
I have Chicago. Nick Foles, Trubisky, who really knows? Trubisky's going to start. He can look bummy. But
Chicago's a good landing
I feel like Chicago is in a place right now.
I feel like they always find a way to win games, though. Like, I don't know if they're going to be like
the very
first seed.
Chicago has always been a defense-based team.
Yeah, Khalil Mack, dude.
And now they got Khalil, which Khalil shouldn't even went there. That was by far one of the craziest deals.
So bad for the guy, dude.
Dude.
I mean, Vegas is not a much better option, to be fair, but...
So this is the thing. I know Khalil went there saying, okay, we got these aspirations.
He almost signed with Green Bay, too, right?
You know how dumb that would have been?
You
know how dumb that would have been? So, I say him in Chicago. Trubisky and Nick Foles are there. Trubisky, I still don't have faith in. You've looked whack. You're a couple years you played.
I think you're a fool to still have faith in him. I feel like no disrespect to Chicago fans, but I think most Chicago fans hate him, too.
He's out of there, bro. And it just sucked
because any more clear?
The main quarterback they had before that should have been good too, and he was fucking garbage.
His work ethic was just garbage.
He was garbage.
Yeah.
No, bro, he got to a point where it's just when he threw it, you knew it was an interception. Sure. It's not even going to your receiver. It's going 10 yards ahead to, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Chicago. Okay. I have Atlanta. Because he can easily smash off Matt Ryan.
He could, and if Todd Gurley ends up being good too, like that's really and Julio, ooh, that's a little saucy. Okay.
I had Washington.
Yeah,
Haskins.
You're right.
He could beat out Haskins. Haskins is
easy.
Technically a rookie.
He could beat out Alex
that
Smith.
Only played 2 or 3 games.
He could beat out Alex Smith. Dude, Trevor comes to the NFL.
Technically,
he's going to be like close to top 10.
Yeah. And then I have 2 more teams.
Okay.
The last one's going to shock you, so I'm going to save it to the last one. Las Vegas Raiders. He could easily be there.
Yeah. That's a good pick. I don't know why I didn't.
We've already seen what you can pretty much do, bro. You suck, man. Sure. Mm-hmm. And you actually have a pretty good, okay receiving team, but your running back is raw.
Josh Jacobs is... He's close to a Saquon, man.
Dude.
Josh Jacobs is
legit.
One hell of a running back.
So... I'm a little worried there, and I'm like, they could easily get my boy Trevor and say,
they could work.
Derek, look.
Sure.
He just outshined you in all the training camp. You got to sit the fuck down now. Which I know Gruden already wanted to do that, but he just couldn't.
Yeah.
And my last team, bro, you cannot knock me for this.
Okay.
Tampa Bay.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Tampa Bay.
I mean, Tom Brady's on like a 2-year deal. Like, why not have the greatest
right.
of all time
and
mentor
so,
your new quarterback? Well,
so
actually, they'd have to win the number one seed.
This is what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, they'd have to get the number one pick. And I don't think there's any way that happens.
So
I can see that making sense as far as like a development.
This is the other thing I'm saying.
No way.
Tom Brady right now.
The Brady experiment would have
This is the project.
Epically.
It's an experiment.
Sure. So you're just looking at it from like the other end of the spectrum. Like,
if
this
experiment does not work out in this year,
uh-huh.
and they finish under 500. Now that they're changing this format, which you said they're not for this year, which I think is stupid.
Yeah.
You might as well just push through the format now.
Sure.
You already let them make all these other changes, especially the college football.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to talk about that last episode, which was a topic.
Yeah.
Their changes for college football are fucking insane.
I was going to ask you, too, like, with all the changes to college football, how do you think that affects the college football playoff? There's going to be teams that, like, just don't qualify because they're not playing, and then there's going to be teams that have to close because of Corona.
I think that it makes it better because it's getting to a point to where it's starting to recognize the teams that were getting into the playoffs had a weak-ass fucking schedule.
Well, I mean, they were good teams that weren't going up against real competition.
They weren't playing nobody for real. Which is why we saw good teams do really well.
That's also why college is weird though because of all the different conferences and stuff.
It's stupid, bro.
You would almost have to split it up. Well, it's already split up like D1, D2, D3.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you need like another division.
You gotta add something else.
Top brass.
Because a lot of these teams like Notre Dame. Notre Dame is always irrelevant. But they always have a fucking weak ass fucking schedule.
Sure, that's true. And then they go, and then they
get fucking smashed. And they're like, "Oh, we thought Notre Dame." No, they weren't. They play against
UFC.
Right. That's what.
Yeah, like they go undefeated, and everyone's like, "You didn't."
You know what I'm saying? You didn't play anyone, dude. Yeah. So I think the changes that are happening will make this all better. I do think. Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay is definitely my last team that I could see. For T for L.
Do you think there's any chance? Okay, so the Rams were extremely relevant a few years back. Jared Goff was on his rookie deal.
They're done.
Well, we all know they're done. This is my question.
Yeah.
They signed Jared Goff to a fat contract, can't afford to keep their pieces.
Stupid.
Let some people walk, and now they're irrelevant. And they're stuck paying their quarterback way too much money.
And he's not that good for that amount of money.
Right. Do you think there's any chance that Kansas City or Baltimore could follow in similar footsteps down the road after they have to pay? Oh, I mean, even Houston could be an option too. That have to pay their quarterback stupid money.
I don't.
And then they can't afford their players. And then, some people walk. You have a weaker team.
So the reason why I would say I don't is because the 4 teams that you just mentioned.
Sure.
Jared Goff, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson.
That's a very
Patrick
good point.
Holmes.
That's a very good point.
Jared Goff is nowhere near
not at all.
the other 3 that we're talking about.
That's a good argument.
So
kind of like what I mentioned before, like guys who can get it done by themselves, like all those guys are in that category, except for Goff, of course.
Goff, yeah.
So it's kind of like you're going to pay these guys, and you may have to let a couple pieces go, but these guys are going to step up.
Goff looked like he was there.
I didn't think he was worth the money from the moment they signed him. I thought he was worth a decent contract, but
he was worth that money a little bit before when he did some shit before, and did some things. Now,
sure,
of course, we have to discredit the New Orleans win because everybody knows
they lost
that was by far the fucking pass interference.
Yeah, they lost that game.
And Drew Brees would have ate them in that red zone.
Sure.
So they lost that game, but they didn't. But going forward,
you have to consider that they also scored 0 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. They lost 2 though. So it's like they shouldn't have won the game before, and then they scored no touchdowns in the Super Bowl. So
you can't tell me.
I mean, everyone's like, "Well, he made the Super Bowl," but I'm like, okay.
So Drew would have put up some touchdowws, bro. Drew would have had some.
Drew.
Kamar would have had some. Michael Thomas would have. Man, come on, bro.
Easy. They all would have ate. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas.
I said if that call was made and New Orleans goes to the Super Bowl, they would have won again. That was my prediction. They would have won the Super Bowl again if they would have won.
I think so.
But yeah.
Okay, I don't know if anyone saw this before. This was something that happened a few weeks ago in the offseason. Dallas Goedert, tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles, got in a bit of a confrontation at a bar.
You get in the scruffles, man.
And some dude punched the shit out of him, dude.
Yeah.
He got glocked.
Yeah.
And it made me really think, this dude he just went at Dallas Goedert like he ain't shit.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking about, who's an NFL player I'd be down to punch in the face?
I could tell you mine.
You got one? I got one too. Mine's really personal though. It still hurts my
Mine
heart
is
like
personal
every
too.
time I think about it.
Mine's personal
Okay,
too.
what's yours?
I got Dak Prescott.
Oh,
I would like.
what's your reasoning?
I would more slap him than punch him.
Okay.
Because I have to argue with Dallas Cowboy fans the whole year, thinking that they're better than my Eagles, when most of the time we're hurt, bro. And I'm not talking about wins. I'm talking about like defensive guys and
y'all get
huge
sure
pieces.
So why would you want to punch like Dak Prescott though?
Because he's a bitch. And he's had a squad for a couple years and should
just give him a piece of your mind
further than what he has.
Okay.
Like, can we at least talk playoffs, bro?
I mean, all the playoff games they lost to Green Bay.
Right. Other than that, they don't talk playoffs. But you've had a squad on paper, offensive-wise and defensive-wise. Nobody has a fucking team like that, bro.
I feel.
It's fucking insane.
Okay. Do you have any more?
I slapped the shit out of Dak. Okay. No, Dak is my one. I almost added Carson, but
you're like, I'm giving him a little more time.
Carson did finish the season healthy.
Respect, that's true.
So
that is a very good point.
And he did not look bad. He fucking drove us.
He
pretty much with nobody.
Yeah, he was.
We didn't have Deshaun.
For sure.
We didn't have Aguilar. We didn't have Jeffries, and he still almost pretty much took us with some fucking third string fucking wide receivers off the bench. So
okay, I like that.
But he was right there.
Sure,
he was right there. He got to stay healthy.
My primary is Brandon Bostic. I don't know if you know who that is. Brandon Bostic is the dipshit offensive lineman who went up for the onside kick. He cut in front of Jordy Nelson in the 2014 NFC Championship game against the Seattle Seahawks.
And fucked it.
All we had to do was recover it, and we were going to the Super Bowl. And we were going to beat the Pats that year. 2014, dude. It's seared into my brain. He jumps in front of Jordy Nelson, our best pass catcher, unnecessarily. The ball hits him in the face, bounces off. Seattle gets the ball, forces overtime, wins the game.
But Nelson had
Nelson was there, and Brandon Bostic jumped in front of him.
But I mean, bro, what would you do, bro, in that case? Like, you'd go for that shit.
No.
Yes, you would.
You catch that shit is what you do.
Right, but actually hit his helmet. So, bro, you know what this relates to?
What?
The Rudy Gobert shit. Everybody's grilling Rudy Gobert only because he made fun of the shit and touched 30 mics.
Reality is reality, though. Like, I don't care about what could have happened. What happened is you went for it and you fucked up.
But it was so in certain situations you can get upset. In that situation,
they cut him within 24 hours.
Yeah, but at the same time, bro, you have to be in his mind. When that ball bounces on onside kick, you're just trying to fucking grab it. Sometimes it bounces where it didn't hit your helmet. Like, that's how that shit works.
You don't do that in the NFC Championship game.
Bro,
there's nothing you can say to me.
That's exactly when you do it, because there's so much on the line. You're going to risk your life to try to grab it. And if you think this coming to the chin...
All I know is that he single-handedly ruined our Super Bowl chances that season, and we were, like, popping the fuck off.
You know what?
So fuck him.
All I know is
Brandon Bostic.
Y'all just fucking drafted another quarterback when you have a fucking top 3, not even top 2 quarterback. So fuck that.
Yeah, Brian Gutekunst could be on my list too,
fuck
for sure,
that.
for being a
so fuck that
shit. Sure.
Y'all definitely could have. I don't know.
I also put Mason Rudolph as my consolation, just because he has a very punchable face.
I wanted to put Mason Rudolph on there, but I don't really know if he said what
Miles
he
Garrett
said.
Did that for us,
but I'm sure he said what he said. Yeah, Miles Garrett definitely.
Yeah.
Again, bro, like I mentioned, I don't know how the fuck he did not bleed from that or gash up or nothing, because that was a hard fucking swing. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Did you know? I learned this recently. Did you know that Russell Wilson was offered up in a trade to the Cleveland Browns a few years back?
I did know that. The only thing, though, that comes with that...
I don't think Russell Wilson does good in Cleveland.
I do. This is the only problem. He does not get what they have now.
No way.
If he goes a couple years ago.
I don't think Russell Wilson wins any Super Bowls if he gets traded.
He would have had Landry. He would have had Chubb.
No, well, that's now, though. Like, if he was still there. I mean, if he was on that squad now...
When he went,
damn.
At that time, wouldn't he have just got Landry?
They didn't specify which year it was.
So...
I'm not sure.
When I saw the shit, he would have still had Landry and Chubb.
That's okay.
Bro.
That's not bad.
Russell...
Joe Thomas, maybe? I think Houston in the league back then.
It's gonna go harder than Baker any day from what we've seen already.
Sure.
I'm telling you, Russell's one of those different guys, bro. He's like the Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady's and I'll put him in that shit, bro. Okay. He's not with the other people. Yeah, he would have ran that shit. And if they would have got him and he would have slipped up, bro, and still got Odell.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, Russell takes them to the fucking bowl, bro.
He could. Okay, I respect that. Okay.
But at that time, it wouldn't have been the same, and a lot of people would have got traded to different places.
So much would have changed.
Odell would not have went to Cleveland. He would have maybe ended up going to
I actually think if Russell Wilson gets signed there, they don't get Odell.
Not at all.
I don't think so. Like they would have been doing too well. They would have had money tied up in Russell Wilson.
It would have been some other shit, bro.
Different.
It would have been some weird crazy.
They probably don't even have Myles Garrett at that point either because like they're playing better. So
Now I feel like Russell and Myles would have talked because Russell's that kind of dude, and Myles maybe would have stayed. Could be like, look, bro,
I think
I got us on offense, but we're gonna have to take a lower cut. I think Myles does it.
Okay,
I think he does.
Did you do your NFC seeding? We did AFC last week. We're gonna do NFC this week.
I did.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'm scared of all my NFC.
I have all the teams doing really well.
It's hard, bro. Because honestly, AFC was pretty fucking easy.
Yeah, I agree.
NFC is fucking hard, bro.
Yeah.
Because when I base my shits, I'm basing it off of the players that they have right now and how I think they're going to be.
I made this list like a week or two ago, so I actually have Green Bay a little higher than where I feel about them right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
all right, let's see what you got.
Just keep that in mind.
So we can go from 7 up. You do yours, I do mine.
Oh, that sounds cool.
We can do it that way.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I have Arizona taking the 7th seed, going 9-7.
I almost picked them.
Yeah, I think they get it.
I picked Carolina.
They were my other team. I was stuck between Carolina and Arizona.
Me too.
I think they could both go.
I picked Carolina with about a record similar to that.
Yeah, 9-7. Yeah, and I have them losing at San Francisco, at Dallas, at home against Buffalo, at Seattle, at New England, at home against Philly, and at home against San Francisco.
I just think Teddy, at the end of the day, could pull off an additional win or two more than Kyler could, even though he has Hobbs and...
Well, I feel like DeAndre Hopkins is like the equivalent to Christian McCaffrey as far as impact on the game goes. Christian McCaffrey would might even be more impactful.
Which I think he is. Yeah, which is why I gave Teddy the 7th spot, because the last we saw Teddy...
He's great.
Fucking went in.
It's true.
And then before he got hurt, he was good.
Yeah, he was great.
He's just been hurt.
Injury history.
He's just been hurt.
He just had that freak accident, and he's good.
So okay. So I'm kind of with you there. Okay. Those are my.
I have Tampa at the 6th seed, but they're tied with 3 other teams.
So I got Philly at the 6th.
Okay.
Right.
I have them going 12-4.
Which I think that we're gonna go higher, but
like I said, they're tied with 3 other teams.
I cannot count on Carson yet. So. I did it slow.
Okay.
Because I don't know if he gets hurt or not.
Okay. Well, I got Tampa going 12-4. I have them losing at New Orleans, at Denver, at Carolina, and versus Kansas City.
Who's your 5?
Well, and I also wanted to specify the reason why I'm so high on Tampa this year is because they only have 2 outdoor games that are not at home after November 1st.
Yeah, but the reason I have a problem with that is because my boy Tom Brady doesn't play in the fucking dome. He played out in fucking open ass. It's fucking snowing every
Tampa's
day.
Open.
Right, but you said they have 2 home dome games.
No, 2 outside games in November that are not at home. So what I'm saying is that he's either going to be in a dome or in warm weather at the hardest time of the NFL season.
I feel bad.
So I think towards the end of the year, they're just going to pop off. I think they're going to win the majority of their games towards the end of the season.
What number was that for you?
6. But they're tied.
Damn.
They're tied though.
Okay. And I have us as Philly fans. Y'all don't hate on me, guys. We could be top 3 in this bitch, but I have us as 6 guys to try to give us some respect.
My 5th seed is Seattle. Also going 12-4. Now these tiebreakers are based on obviously division, but also
right.
Yeah, so I have my division winners and then strength of schedule.
My 5th seed is New Orleans.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I got Seattle losing at Miami, at Arizona, at the Chargers and at San Francisco.
The only reason why I'm putting more respect on Seahawks' name is because we just kind of saw Metcalf, and I feel like he's going to be.
He's going to do great this year. He's going to be so
stupid,
good,
bro. So I have them way higher, but I have New Orleans at 5. I have New Orleans at 5.
Okay. My 4 seed is Philly.
Hey, I appreciate the love.
I do, man.
I appreciate the love.
Also going 12-4.
I appreciate the love. I have Tampa.
Okay.
Going 4. Okay. On my end.
I have them
if
losing,
he gets Gronk.
I have Philly losing at San Fran, at home against Seattle.
Yeah.
At Green Bay.
Right.
And at Dallas.
Well, yeah, okay.
Which I think is fair. Like they split with Dallas, and then they lose to San Fran, Seattle, and then they lose at Green Bay.
I will give you
Now, this
Green
is something
Bay.
I got to say, though. Green Bay and Philly, this is before Godwin and Devin Funchess both opted out.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That really, like, at that point, like, I actually think Seattle's going to...
I base my list on opt-outs.
Well, no, Seattle will still be lower, though, because they won't win their division. Never mind. Actually, this is still a pretty solid list, because I still think the division winners will be the same.
I'm telling you, bro. It's so that was what, our 5th pick, right?
That was 4th seed.
4th. And you had...
Philly. 12
Philly. All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I had Tampa Bay at 4. I have Tampa Bay 4.
I have Green Bay at 3. Yeah. Also going 12-4. With losses, I have them splitting with Minnesota. I have them losing at Tampa. I have them losing at San Francisco and at home against Carolina.
So maybe I overhyped it a little bit, but I actually have Seattle 3.
Okay.
I have Seattle 3 for me.
I mean, I have Seattle in the 5th seed just because they lose their division, but it's by like 1 game. So I could see them doing just as well, honestly.
I just feel like no matter what Russell has had, whether the defense leaves or he gets offensive pieces or whatever, he still smashes and he still go in. So they're my 3. Now you're gonna be surprised at my number 2 though. I'm gonna let you go first.
I got New Orleans. I got New Orleans at 2.
Okay. So I had them at 5. I have Green Bay at 2.
Wow.
I do.
Why?
Bro, because Aaron's a fucking monster. And so what I think is going to happen now, he really personally felt, bro, we heard that interview. He personally felt he was going to finish his fucking career in Green Bay.
So you think he's going to go on a revenge tour?
Bro, he's going to come out and be like, oh, you want to draft another quarterback?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and show you what the fuck I'm still capable of. And after the season, fuck y'all, I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
So I got
like
them
what
at
we
2.
actually talked about earlier. Like,
I'm looking at Green Bay being like 11, 12. Nah, nigga, not even maybe 12, 13.
So you think 13-3 again?
Yeah, they're gonna bro.
Well, thanks.
They
for
pretty much have the
side.
same squad, bro. I mean,
well, to be fair, this is something
really
to consider too. Nothing changed. Well, they lost they lost Blake Martinez, but they signed another guy.
So
their linebacker depth is a little suspect, but everything else is almost the
same, bro.
Yeah. And they went 13-3 last season, so why can't they do it again?
Why would they not go 14-2 this year?
That's a good point,
bro.
It is a good way to look at it.
I got Green Bay too.
Okay,
and then of course I think we got the same.
I got New Orleans losing versus Green Bay at Chicago and at Philly.
Who's your number 1?
San Fran.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I think everyone does. I have them losing at Seattle and at New Orleans.
I almost put Green Bay 1.
That would have been pretty nuts. I don't think anyone actually thinks that's going to happen.
But this is the thing. I feel like the fuel under Aaron Rodgers right now is on 10. Because I feel like he's gone after next year. Like, as much as he says it's cool, you got another quarterback, they kind of did the same thing with me and Brett Favre. Like, he's just saying the right things that he wants to say.
Sure.
He knows for sure.
Which is what you do.
We know for sure there was issue with him and McCarthy. We ended up finding out there was issue with him and LaFleur towards like the end of the season.
Sure.
He's done, bro. So like now that the offense goes out and gets a quarterback who could start, Aaron knows, look, I'm going to come out, I'm going to ball out my last season.
Okay.
And I'll just jump to another contender because I know I can play until my 41, 42, which will give him another 4 or 5 years with somebody else. Yeah, he's out of there. And I hate to say that, Green Bay fans. I'm so sorry. Aaron's fucking gone. That was the biggest slap in the face.
Yeah, it hurts.
It just was, man.
It was going to happen.
It just was.
It was going to happen eventually.
It just was.
Okay. All right. What do you think the over/under is for the number of games Kyrie plays next season?
Um, I think he'll play the full season.
We'll say, wow, really?
Yep.
Same for KD?
Yep.
That's very optimistic of you.
This is why I say that.
You think because KD's playing, Kyrie's going to stick it out?
If Corona didn't happen, then I'd have a different statistic. But since Corona happened, that's actually allowed players that were hurt to fucking recover more.
Sure. That's a good point.
Bro, I watched the Lakers and Clippers play last night. You know the fucking Lakers on my team?
Sure.
Bro, they only won by 2 points. They were missing.
Both of those games were very good.
Clippers were missing 2 people that averaged 20 apiece.
Yeah.
So,
and we got to call LeBron out a little bit, bro. 6 points at halftime.
So
no points in the first quarter.
LeBron shot bad, but
not good, bro.
LeBron fucking D'd up, bro.
He's fucking lucky.
LeBron D'd up, bro.
He D'd up at the end of the game.
Paul George and Kawhi, total points, I think they only scored like 1 point when he was guarding them.
That's pretty nuts.
One popped off for 30, one popped off for 28. When LeBron was guarding them, 1 point.
Yeah.
But the thing is, LeBron's old as fuck now. He's not going to be able to guard both of those like the whole fucking game.
No way.
And also be able to fucking drop 25, 30 points.
He can try.
He can, bro, but...
He won't, though. He won't be able to stick it out.
This is the thing. Nobody on the Clippers can guard AD. Like, nobody.
No.
Nobody. He dropped 34 last night. He dropped 34 last night, bro. He only had 2 points in the fourth quarter. And the way they did it, right? AD ran 3 quarters, then LeBron came in and tried to go hard in the fourth.
Yeah.
If they just mix it up a little bit, let AD go a quarter and a half, let AD just close it out, it's over with. So all these type of schemes happen once you start playing teams. So I'm pretty sure. I'm a little worried. I'm not going to lie, because we won by 2 points, and there were 40 points unaccounted for on the Clippers side.
Sure.
And so that makes it like...
Yeah, that's a little sus. Yeah.
But if those players were there, we would have had different players in and ran different schemes ourselves. So that does not mean that we're going to play the same way, and then those 2 guys are in, and then they just win by 40. Sure. Like, that's not what it's going to be.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So
everything changes based on who's on the court. Yeah. So I respect that.
It's intense.
Well, Patrick Beverly played. He didn't play like much at all.
He played like 15 minutes. He got in foul trouble. So
yeah,
Kawhi.
But he still played a lot, though. Yeah, Kawhi had 2 offensive fouls in the first quarter, dude. Yeah.
Real quick.
Which was, like, not good.
Patrick Beverly
that's something to consider, too. Like, Kawhi got in foul trouble early, so, like, he had to sit down.
He was sitting down early.
Yeah.
Patrick Bev
did Paul George had a great game.
So this is the thing. Paul George always does that. And if anybody that's listening to this podcast, if you're a LeBron fan, you already know Paul George has dropped 30, 45, all these kind of games, bro. But they still fucking lose at the end of the game.
Well, I think him being with Kawhi will change that.
Well, I guess we gotta see.
Yeah.
I guess we gotta see now.
Yeah, we will.
Because I'm more comfortable with my boy LeBron and AD. Even though Clippers have Reggie Jackson, fucking they got
everybody.
They got like 6 people, bro. Lou Williams, Huntress Merrill, like they have way more people.
Okay.
They have way more people, but LeBron's a monster, bro. He's
Did you catch the Pelicans game?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Against the Jazz?
I did.
Dude, did you see the rendition of the national anthem that they had of the dude that was in the studio?
Yeah, it's dope.
Who did like a full instrument? Yeah, dude, he did the piano and the guitar. Dude, that shit was so sick.
They did the same thing with the Lakers game. They just had like people that
That's
were
the way they should do it
in their backyard.
Like, it's so clean.
And it's like 6 of them, and they like just hit them all while they did it.
Yeah,
that's probably gonna be the go-to, and it's gonna be what it is.
Well,
it's legit.
One thing I forgot is that Bogdanovich is out. I forgot he had surgery.
He is out.
And you could tell that the Jazz were missing him.
That's crucial.
Like, Donovan Mitchell had a pretty rough game.
But he turned up in the fourth quarter.
He showed up in the fourth quarter.
He only had like 5 points, bro, going into that fourth quarter.
Dude, but he showed up. He did show up.
And popped off for 20 at the end of the game.
He had a hard game, man. He was missing shots. Like layups,
again, I told you, they got Mike Conley, and it sounds nice, but they're not ready yet, bro. They still got a couple years to go, man.
I think if Bogdanovich is out there, they win the game.
They'll get knocked out.
Well, they did win, but it didn't feel like they won the game, though. It felt like the Pels won that game, and they choked it.
They did choke it.
And I feel like they played better when Zion was on the bench.
They do, because Zion just had his worst plus-minus last night. minus
Yeah, like
16.
whenever he was on the court, like
But
defensively, he was a liability.
this is where it makes it crazy. When Zion was playing that game last night, they were up by 9 or 10 points. When he sits down, that's when the league got cut and they started getting smashed. Even though he was a minus 16,
He was a minus 16.
minus
I didn't even
16,
see
bro.
that. That's
Fucking
bad.
horrible. That was his worst
Yeesh.
fucking ever.
Yeah.
However, when he was out there, they were winning. So even if he has a minus 16, if your team is winning and you don't take him off, maybe he ends up at a minus 11 or minus 10 because he's still going to make a positive effect.
Yeah.
But he's still on limited minutes, bro. They only have him at 15, which is stupid as fuck.
Well, the reason why I think it's stupid is because it's like that was a very impactful loss to their playoff chances.
Bro.
And it just updated during the show. Spurs won.
Exactly.
So, like, that was like a big
You're
deal.
in the bubble. There are 3
like,
or 4 teams that are competing.
What's
and
the
Memphis
point,
lost.
What's the point of showing up?
And Memphis lost.
Yeah. What's the point of showing up if you're not?
If you're not going to try to make it.
Yeah. Like, what's the point?
So to me,
I feel like if you're going to show up, you should just go out. And it's like if you get injured, like whatever, like you're in the off season.
So this is my thing. Those motherfuckers get paid too much. You get paid for this shit, guys. Like a lot of money. If Zion, y'all give this nigga 15-minute limit, right? I'm okay with that. But if the game starts, they start to come back and the game is close.
Yeah.
What's wrong with running him 17 minutes, bro? It's 2 more minutes.
I feel like you should put him on a like on a self count. You know how they do that for NFL players?
Let him decide.
All right, you go out there. If you need some rest,
Zion don't play the whole game, though. That's the problem. That's why they don't do that.
Not a problem. But if he can play the whole game, let him play the whole game.
As a staff, you see this guy,
like,
bro.
Sometimes you got
15 points, 15 minutes,
like I was saying,
13
like
points.
They were playing better with him on the bench.
6 for
Something
8.
to consider.
Bro, 6 for 8, 13 points in 15 minutes.
It's not bad.
At a point in time, bro, he was like a fucking minute, almost and a half, a point and a half almost for the minutes he was playing. That's ridiculous. He has to. He at least bring him in the last 2 minutes, bro.
That's what I thought. That's actually what I thought yesterday.
You have to bring him in,
like
bro.
when the game was close. I was like, just put Zion in and just let him let him run to the rim, dude. He's either gonna get fouled or he's gonna jam it.
Unless we're being smart, right? Which I think that the Pelicans still could be doing because literally they have the number 1 or like the number 2 draft pick in Lonzo. Brandon Ingram went highest fucking draft pick. Zion went number 1. Maybe they don't make the playoffs and they try to position themselves in a way that maybe they can fucking trade up and get somebody good again. Because losing this first game, there's only 8 games to play to get into a spot.
Yeah.
Now, Memphis lost, so that makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Because technically,
now you gotta worry about
them losing.
You gotta worry about the Spurs too now.
That's bro, that's like 4 teams right there.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Yeah, it makes it tough. I would have put Zion in. I said, look, bro. They said 15 minutes.
At least for the end.
I'm giving you 17, bro.
Just put them in.
Win the
game. Yeah,
win the game.
Win the game.
Because we need to win this game.
Yeah.
Unless we're just coming here to just be in the bubble and fuck around and then not make the playoffs.
Like a waste of time. I think.
Which I don't think they would have went if they were trying not to make the playoffs. They went to make it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the guys would have just opted out. Like the Nets. The Nets are there, but they're not there.
Exactly. Bro, if Kyrie would have at least showed up, they make the playoffs. Bro.
Maybe.
But the only thing is they make the playoffs low. So then you got to play like fucking Giannis or something off the rim. Yeah. And your ass is going to get dusted, bro. You know, like you don't got the rank yet, bro.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
And you have players opt out.
Yeah.
Nah, you're not full strength. Sit down.
Yeah. Watching the Jazz yesterday, Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert were vibing, bro.
They were.
And you want to know what it reminded me of?
They were.
A lot. It reminded me of James Harden and Clint Capella a few years back. Like their vibe was awesome. Like
you felt like they connected.
I do.
I feel like we overblew the proportion of Rudy Gobert just touching all the shit and being weird and saying he's a person that started.
I'm strictly talking about on the court.
No, so this is what I'm saying because this feeds into that.
Sure.
When Gobert did that, him and Donovan were like at war. Donovan was pissed off, bro. Like he was done with Gobert. The only thing though that you have to think about in these situations, bro, if Gobert goes and does that interview, he does not touch a mic, he just walks out, they go play a game, he tests positive, nobody blames the league shutting down on Gobert.
Uh-huh.
It's a different narrative. It's a different story. I feel like that messed up their chemistry. They got this first win. I feel like that almost doesn't heal it all the way, but it mends it.
Okay.
They're both kind of almost over it now.
Okay.
Because now it's time to play. It's time to go.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
There was something I failed to mention last week that I wanted to make known this week was that they did announce that players have until August 17th to declare for the NBA draft, and they have until October 16th. Oh wait, yeah. The draft is on October 16th, and they have until October 6th to withdraw. So I just wanted to make that known to people. That's college players declaring for the draft, and that's just a timetable that they're looking at.
It's dumb for any of them to opt out because they've already implemented this bubble system, so shit's already going to be delayed.
Yeah.
Now, the way that it's supposed to work, right, this bubble is going to push into October because there's so many games that have to be played when the playoffs start. They're just playing 8 games right now to see how everybody's going to seat. Then once everybody seats,
I think they can be done by October.
Right, but because at some point in time, bro, when the playoffs start, they're not going to play back-to-backs. They're at least going to have one day off.
Yeah.
So the initial plan that they did was October, playoffs in December, we're starting right back up.
Sure.
So in those kind of cases, these rookie dudes should not be opting out. Like, I get it, you have a family and this and that, but this is a profession where you get paid a lot of money, bro, to do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Be there and just be healthy. Like, I know you're going to miss your family and shit, but what is your overall goal? To just sit with your family all day? You feel like you made enough money? Or are you trying to put them in a position?
There's still going to be a next season. The same shit's going to be the same.
So what the hell?
Yeah, you might as well.
You might as well just opt in and just go fucking do what you got to do. Stay in the bubble and stay away from your family for 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. And then when you're done, you'll see them soon.
Go get your booty.
Yeah.
Or if you're not there to fuck your wife, well, just get booty elsewhere, man. Come on. Y'all NBA players do this shit all the time.
I mean,
and it's not just NBA players, bro. My boy Donald called mono. Where does mono come from? Kissing on a whole bunch of fucking strangers, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all the same shit, bro. But they got to push through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got anything else on the NBA you want to talk about?
I'm pretty okay with it.
Yeah, we'll talk about today's games next week.
I'm pretty. I
know the Bucks.
Oh, they didn't smash Boston.
They just went to overtime. Okay, yeah, Houston just beat Dallas. So that's another bubble team, right? Dallas is like down. Are they in there? What's their seed? What's their seed?
I believe Dallas is 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Now Dallas, that's if they lose out, they're still in the playoffs for sure. But
okay, then they're not a bubble team. Then they're in, is what I'm saying.
Right, but so this is what makes it different. These 8 games
we are worried about their seeding though, because they could play a big boy in the first round.
If certain teams win, it's gonna move them to 5 or 3 or 4. And you end up matching up with not big powerhouses, depending on where you get yourself to.
Without a doubt.
So some teams could win more to try to play a weaker opponent, or they can lose more if they think a higher team they can beat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
The only teams really have importance right now, I don't think the Lakers are of importance. They're 6.5 games up. So they would have to lose every single game, and all the other teams in the West would have to win every game. That's not going to happen. But teams like Denver, Dallas, maybe Portland.
Yeah, I was gonna say Portland.
They want to move up to play or move down to play certain people. And shit.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So other than that, I was pretty sure Houston was gonna win that. I mean Dallas.
Well, I'm looking forward to the highlights. I'm kind of bummed I missed it.
They're gonna be legit, man. They're good. So
the game just ended right now.
It just depends, man. If anybody's watched the bubble game, the best way I can explain it, it's like a TV show or a sitcom, bro. No fans. The only fans is the media and the other bubble players, right? Okay. On this side.
Yeah.
Other than that, on the screens on the far end, you have the virtual fans that can lock into the game, and your picture is displayed actually on the shit.
Yeah, I saw it. It was cool.
Which is legit. Yeah, and they have 2 on the main front court.
It's not amazing, but it works. I like it.
They would be able to. So they're saying this bubble looking like it's going to work. NBA is just going to stay with that, and the season will continue in December.
Oh yeah, they could just keep the bubble.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing is, other sports are going to have to start doing that. The Marlins just made the biggest example of that shit.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Y'all are going to have no fans. Now, I don't know how they would present that because their stadiums are made different and they're more domey than like a stadium for,
Sure.
So
yeah,
that could be a little tricky, but yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes.
Okay. All right. We want to keep this episode a little shorter than the first episode, so
for sure,
we're going to skip over World's Strongest Man this week.
Right, because it's not in yet, but it's coming back up though.
Yeah,
it's coming back up.
Yeah, it is coming up. Really, all I have is just like some recap stuff, and I'm just going to talk about the boxing match between the Mountain and Eddie Hall. But we'll talk about that later.
Dude, we got to talk another boxing match too.
About who?
We got to talk another boxing match. I'll let you do yours first.
Okay.
But
one thing I wanted to talk about. Did you know that the new UFC game, UFC 4, it has Tyson Fury as a choosable fighter and not
yes, I did download it and play it.
Not who's your guy? Tyson Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder's my dude.
Yeah, so they have Tyson Fury, but not Deontay Wilder, and I just wanted to know if you felt a little spiteful about that at all.
No, I don't feel spiteful about that because in the middle of the fight, this last fight that just happened between Deontay and that bum nigga. I don't want to say his name, and I don't want to be biased. He's good, okay? Tyson Fury is good, but in the middle of that, bro,
he dominated that fight.
He did UFC shit, and he did WWE wrestling shit, like where he was in matches and fighting. Like, to me, that's fucking goofy. Like, he's probably making money and doing his thing, so I'm not gonna hate. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, I just want this rematch to happen between Tyson and Deontay. Then I can decide and go for real. But I think Tyson is more of like a fucking. He's more of a joke, bro. He does more like media attention,
he's
like kind of dude. And Deontay's more like, I'm quiet, I'm a chill. Now Deontay did get his ass whooped this last fight. Yep. That's my boy though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he will come back stronger, and like I feel like he took it light because he knew technically in that first fight he did knock out Tyson Fury, but they allowed the extra count, let him get up.
Sure.
So whatever. So I feel like he went into that second fight saying, "Man, I can already just whoop this nigga," and he was.
And he didn't take it seriously.
And Tyson came out there like, "Bro, hold up, boop, bop, bop, boop, yeah, your ear hurt, okay. Oh shit, your eye gone, yeah, you dizzy, yeah," and it was over, yeah.
Okay,
sure.
So we're gonna get into some non-sports talk. I did want to talk about just like some other random topics.
Yeah.
Have you seen any like good shows or movies or anything you want to talk about?
As of recent, so not really. So as of recent, I haven't watched a lot of movies, but I have ran a couple of video games. So old school ones. I ran Until Dawn, which a lot of people already fucking played already.
Is cool. Yeah.
You have 6 people, right? You get a chance to try to make them survive.
Yeah, it's a horror. It's like a horror movie, but like a video game.
I fucked that shit off. I only had one survivor. Like I got everybody fucking killed.
Yeah.
There's a stretch in it where it says "Don't move," and like you literally just got to keep your controller straight. Your body can't move nothing, bro. It's fucking intense.
That's awesome.
The only way I ever succeeded, bro, is if I stopped breathing. Like. Every other time, I got fucked up.
That's cool.
I completed Red Dead Redemption already. So
and you said you were gonna replay the other Red Dead Redemption.
I'm gonna play part 2.
Okay. And have you played part 2 yet?
No.
Oh, no. Sick. Cool.
I waited.
Okay, cool.
It's a prequel, which I kind of like when they do prequels.
Though. Yeah.
I heard they got Ku Klux Klan and shit, and I've seen up videos and shit.
I haven't played it. I don't really fuck with Rockstar games. They're just not really for me.
It's legit, bro. You just have to think about playing a game back in the 1900s, bro. So it's gonna be like way fucking different.
Sure.
You're riding on horses. You're going and selling meat that you fucking skinned and
shit
like that.
Well, I've seen a couple of. I saw one really good show recently. I'm actually on season 2 right now, and I got a movie I want to talk about. Have you ever seen a TV show called Mars?
No.
They got the first 2 seasons on Netflix right now. It's made by, I think it's like Discovery or like National Geographic or some shit. It's like on one of those.
Yeah.
And it's like a sci-fi and a documentary like together. And it's about the journey of making our trek to Mars, but not just getting
crazy.
to Mars. It's like setting up the first colony on Mars and like like how life would flourish there, like once we finally sent people.
That's insane.
And it goes back and forth between like modern day, which was like when they recorded it back in 2016.
Yeah.
So it's talking. It's like it's got a lot of SpaceX stuff in there. So Elon Musk is in the show, and they go over like all the developments and like it's full documentary style. So they're talking like specialists. They're talking about they're talking with authors, everything about like what's going to be necessary, what's important, like how are we going to get to Mars, what do we do when we get there, like all that stuff. And dude, I fuck with sci-fi and documentary, dude. So like anyone that fucks with that, this show is sick.
That shit is gonna be sick.
The first season's only like 6 episodes. They're like an hour piece though, and it's good. It's really good. And I'm about to start season 2 here pretty soon. I would very strongly recommend it. And then I saw Uncut Gems. I finally watched it.
Dude,
I heard a lot about it.
Shit was insane.
No spoilers or anything, but that show is absolutely bonkers.
I watched it too. It was really insane.
Yeah, it's nuts. Adam Sandler hasn't had a really good movie come out in a little while now. And this movie is amazing, but not for the reasons that most people find movies amazing. All I'm going to say is that this movie picks up at a tempo that is already too high, and it doesn't take the foot off the gas until the credits roll at the end of the movie.
And what I didn't like is the ending.
No spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil it.
No spoilers.
If nobody's never seen it, go watch it.
The ending is pretty whack, though.
Was really fucking stupid for
the ending,
everything that happened throughout
sucked,
the movie.
But it was almost like
you knew
a sigh of relief, too. Like, oh, thank God it's over. Like,
not really, bro.
In the wrong way.
Like,
it hurt.
I feel like it was almost tricky. Because you feel like it was about to go a completely different way than how that shit ended. And then it made it
like you were like, oh, okay, like this might be okay.
Right. And then that happens and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, movie over. That's cool. Roll the credits, bitch.
I feel it. Do you fuck with drums or flats?
Drones or flats?
Yeah.
And we're talking about
wingies, bro.
So it depends, bro. I'm a flat dude. I'm a flat guy.
Okay.
But from certain places, they season their drums good, so I get all drums. So
okay.
If I had to pick though, somebody said pick one for the rest of your life, I'm gonna have to go flats.
Okay. I think I agree with you. For a really long time, I was a drums guy, but like, I dated this girl once that worked at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
And she taught me the art of eating flats appropriately.
She deep throated that flat, right? And showed you how to eat that shit. She just grabbed it.
She showed me the way that she eats flats, and like it's made me enjoy eating flats.
She ate that shit in one bite, right? Like,
no, that's fucking nuts.
And just pulled the bun out.
Ever since that happened, I was like, hell yeah, like this is some good shit. So,
flats go harder.
Yeah, so I fuck with flats.
I'm a flat guy.
Did you see the Unabomber documentary on Netflix?
No.
Did you know there was one?
Wait, for what? So there's been many Unabombers. Which one are you referring to?
It's like the most recent one.
Are we talking like Boston Marathon Unabomber or?
No, the Unabomber.
No.
Okay. Do you know who the Unabomber is?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was basically just going over like his entire life. It was like the only reporter that was ever able to get an interview with him. He only agreed to do like one interview with one reporter. And she wasn't even a reporter. She was like an author.
It was legit, right?
Yeah, it was really good.
That dude was fucking crazy.
And like, here's the thing, dude. Like, he's kind of crazy, but at the same time, like, I kind of agree with like a lot of the stuff he had to say.
Of course, that's what makes them.
Like, society's pretty
crazy.
fucked. Like, corporate environments are bullshit. Like, just fuck it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's the whole reason why we're trying to do this podcast is we're trying to remove ourselves from that whole corporate environment. Like, that shit sucks.
Exactly.
And we're also like, we're kind of doing it for everybody else out there listening too. Like, y'all are on this journey with us, man. Like.
Exactly.
We're just out here trying to start our own business, you know. The Unabomber documentary is great. I would strongly recommend it. It's a really good watch. It's just, it's actually a docu-series if I'm not mistaken. So it's not just like one like 2-hour episode. It's a series of episodes. So it's kind of easy to pick up and put down to, you know, crank out an episode or two, dip out, come back, finish it.
Right.
So yeah, that was really good. I'd recommend it. Do you know who Kathy Sullivan is?
Your name sounds familiar.
Okay, I'm going to let you know who she is. Kathy Sullivan is the only human to have both been in space and the deepest part of the ocean in the world. She's done both.
Really?
Yes.
So that is impressive. Did you know that last fucking blast off that we had to go into space?
SpaceX sending them to the ISS.
3 hours after that shit happened, they lost communication to them.
Oh.
The shit just dropped like yesterday.
Oh.
Think about that shit, bro. If you're up in SpaceX right now with no fucking
That
communication,
shit would be so scary, bro.
Exactly, dog.
I'd be like, what?
I was like, wait, oh, so it took y'all
let me just break out the handbook really quick. Fuck.
y'all just lost us like a month or two ago. Y'all are just finding out now that y'all lost communications. What the fuck?
That's insane,
bro. Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, with Kathy Sullivan
It's
both
nuts.
going to space and the deepest part of the ocean, I was curious.
That's legit, though.
Which would you rather go to? Would you rather go to space or 6 miles deep in the ocean?
I'm not fucking around with water.
I don't think so either.
There's shit, bro. There has to be shit.
I think they're both terrifying, though.
There has to be shit. So I already believe in aliens. I already believe in all these extra planets and shit. I can fuck with that.
Yeah.
I know for sure there is shit deep down in these fucking waters that we do not fucking talk about. Okay. And I'm
like shit that we've seen, but like they're like, no, we're not going to talk about that. Like, we'll just.
Bro. I'm talking about like megalodons and that kind of shit. They say it's no, it's not. If you go to the right area and go deep enough down,
that's like the movie The Meg. Like they're still down there, but it's like a layer of like dust that like if you break it, like they can come.
I can't fuck with it. If I'm in space and it breaks open and I just suffocate from the air, I'm okay with that. If I'm way deep down in water,
just being
and something breaks and I'm like I'm drowning trying to escape, no.
So she had extended stays both there and at the bottom of the ocean. Do you think you'd handle being in space for a longer period of time or being in a submarine for a longer period of time?
I'd rather be in a submarine for a longer period of time. I just don't fuck with water.
Okay.
I'd rather be in a submarine versus just being out in the middle of fucking the atmosphere. Yeah, for sure.
Are there any items you can think of that you'd like to take with you if you were on one of those trips for say like a year or so?
No, I don't.
I think I would just download a bunch of movies and put them on like a laptop or something.
I feel like once you get into space or you get deep down in the water, it's like shit's different. It's not gonna work.
I feel like you'd have to have something that can bring with you like a form of like semblance like of normal life.
I don't think I'd want to take anything additional than what they would give me to go do.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to bring anything with you.
No.
So you think by separating yourself from reality, it would help you cope with it better?
Yeah, and
that's cool.
I feel like maybe I would survive better if I just did some shit.
Like you're like we're in this shit,
right?
Like if you don't have anything, like you don't have to think about nothing. Like
exactly,
that's cool. I like that. That's a good answer. Okay, we talked about this a little bit last episode. I want Damien to have his time to speak his piece. You think Dave Chappelle and Kanye are both clones?
I think.
I want you to just spill the beans, bro. Let me hear it.
I'll be real. Kanye is not a clone, but Kanye has been.
You think he's part of one of those like Harvard or Stanford like LSD projects with the CIA or some shit?
He's been medicated or some weird shit where he's off the rip now. Dave Chappelle for sure is my biggest example, only because if people really watch Dave Chappelle, right? His jokes are similar, but they're the same. And also, if you look at his like body structure, he left to Africa for a long time, whatever. Bullshit. He was a skinny fucking dude.
Okay.
Like slim. Bro, he looks like a fucking bodybuilder now, bro. Like he's fucking swollen. I know Africa and them natural herbs can maybe do some shit.
And he's friends with Joe Rogan too. Maybe
but not like that, bro. I think they definitely fucking cloned.
Okay, so you think he's cloned, but you don't think it's a perfect copy either. You think that there are like noticeable differences.
I think so even going to the rap game, I think Gucci Mane's cloned.
You think Gucci
Mane is cloned now.
Why do you think that?
It's just like when you follow a certain person for so long and you know the kind of shit that they say, when they just go missing and then they come back and they're just a completely different person, that like doesn't make any fucking sense.
Do you think there's a reason why they've been cloned? Like why these people?
Yeah, because so for example in rap, people say certain lyrics that call out like
there's a message.
What's really happening.
Sure, yeah.
Right. Once that start happening too much, you get shut down or you get fucked over.
Sure.
My main example is Cat Williams. He was popping hard as fuck.
Yeah.
One of his comedy shows, he came out there and said, bro, they have like a mansion. And I was on one side of the room. I was walking in and he was saying celebrity names. This celebrity was with this celebrity. And right, bro, like went in.
I didn't know he was talking about some nonsense.
His whole fucking career went to shit. All you saw after that was he's going to jail. He's getting in fights with 16 years old. Like all this,
he did kind of spiral out of control.
He did spiral out of control. They made it that way because he blasted them.
Sure.
Right. Okay. So that's all the shit is. Once you start talking too much and saying too much,
okay,
you can't go too far.
Okay.
So I think Dave Chappelle did the same shit in one of his stand-ups.
Sure.
He started talking a little bit too hard, bro. And when a whole person got to flee to Africa, you know shit's for real. Like,
yeah.
He just dipped to Africa in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And just went off the radar. Then he just comes back and all of a sudden when you look into his history, he was having issues with the people that was telling him to do the kind of jokes he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He wanted to have more of a free reign. He wanted to say more shit that he wanted to say, but it was going to be exposing him. And then, so he said some shit, ran to Africa, bro. Now he's back. He's all fucking swollen. Sure. Bro, I'm telling you, there are clones everywhere.
Okay.
This is, now don't get this confused with doppelgangers. Because I feel like doppelgangers exist.
Are different, and they're real.
We all have our own little twin somewhere.
Right.
Cloning, though, is a fucking thing.
Okay.
For sure.
If you think of any other clones you want to talk about, make sure to bring it to the show.
I will definitely go get a list for us
awesome.
now.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'd love that.
Yeah, bro, this shit's legit, bro.
We can bring up a clone and talk about their story like for each episode.
Yeah, it's legit. Bro.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Did you see that the Pentagon admitted to recovering aircrafts that were not made of this world?
I did.
Like they actually like they said that shit?
I did.
So what do we do with that information?
So we do nothing with it. It just took them, thank you for now coming years later and saying some shit that a lot of us had already looked into the history of all the shit already done. Bro.
Do you think that they're just announcing it now because Corona and like nobody's really paying attention anyway?
Yes.
So they're just like
it's going to be swept under the rug. It's not
like
yes, bro.
Like, so don't worry about it.
They used that to get off Corona for a little bit. But then Corona's such a huge deal. People are going to focus on that for 2 seconds and go right back to
everyone's
Corona.
Going to be like, what the fuck? And then just like, no, never mind.
So if we be real, right? Let's be real. Look, this shit started as early as Hitler. They said he was the first motherfucker that really
I have seen some
came in some contact with some shit.
Yeah.
If you look back into that shit,
they
bro.
They were doing some weird shit like in the Arctic and stuff.
I'm not going to go back crazy far. But they had some shit that was like they had a base built into icebergs and shit where it looked.
That's true.
In this little base they had,
and it wasn't just aliens either. It was like the occult, like some demonic shit and stuff. They were trying to do everything to try to get creative.
They were saying they came into contact with one of these fucking UFOs, but got the bitch and did research and made multiples of it. So when they went out and started doing shit, people thought it was UFOs, but it was really fucking Hitler and his clan that had made replicas to try to... Bro, I'm fucking telling you, aliens have been here forever,
there have been reports that like they have been like reverse engineering UFOs for a while, and that like they've been testing them for a while too. So there have been some suggestions that some of the UFO sightings we're seeing may legitimately be terrestrial, but they're using extraterrestrial technology.
And it could be us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's both. But at the same time, they don't want to tell people about aliens and shit.
No.
And I only talk about it because...
I have big brain. I can
when the fucking alien comes down here, I would really hate for the whole world to flip the fuck out and go crazy. Well, some people are thinking
that's why, like, the Pentagon is saying it now. Like, they might be trying to ease everybody into, like, hey, guys, like, some shit's about to happen. Like,
please be ready, man. We gave you a heads up. Now, you didn't pay attention because you were more focused on wearing a fucking mask inside your house, which is retarded. I'm telling you, bro. It's going to get crazy. Bro, 10 years, man. I want to say 5. But that's too close.
So you think aliens come before Black Lives Matter?
10 years, bro. Aliens come down here, and we start seeing all type of weird, crazy shit start to occur for sure.
Have you seen the Jeffrey Epstein documentary?
I did peep that bitch.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Oh my gosh.
The first episode is hard to get through. It's pretty fucked up, dude.
It's pretty intense. It's pretty
Seriously, Jeffrey
insane.
Epstein. Like, I don't even need to explain it for anybody listening. Like, everyone already knows who he is.
Oh man,
But that documentary was fucked, and the reason why I'm bringing it up now is I watched it. The documentary was great, but it just brings up like a lot of really sus shit going on around here, and it kind of shows like the power someone like him can have. Like they had him dead to rights like several times, and he was just like, "Fuck out of here! I'm gonna do whatever I want." You know?
why did he do that though?
Why do you do what?
Why did he do that? Knowing that he was dead to rights, but he knew that he would survive it because of what?
I just think he liked fucking teenage girls, man.
So I will tell you because he was white. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, so you think because he was white, he was able to do a lot of this stuff?
Bro, easily,
I mean,
easily.
that's a bit of a bonkers statement,
So
but
I'm not trying to go to like the racist stuff with anything you say, but
yeah.
I'm telling you right now, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I've looked at a cop wrong, bro, and got arrested and took to a holding cell just for like looking at him. I didn't even say nothing, do nothing.
Well, I mean, that's what a lot of the NBA players are arguing right now. Like,
The,
even they're
bro,
millionaires, and
bro,
sometimes shit happens to them. Same with the
these
NFL.
dudes that are sex offenders, bro, it is insane
Well,
that
the
they
big thing
only
that we learned
get,
from Jeffrey Epstein in the documentary is like the
bro.
people that wanted to fuck with him, like he had dirt on everybody, which is why nobody would turn on him because like they would all fall with him.
The problem is,
Which I mean
bro.
was kind of true.
The problem is pedophilia. All this kind of weird shit happens all the time, bro. Really hard.
It's true.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. White people, based on all the cases that I see, it's mainly fucking white people, bro.
Sounds like a bit of a
They all fucking get
generalization,
off,
but
bro.
okay.
And if they don't, they get some shit like 2 months probation or like dog. What the fuck?
I can think of some examples that you're referring to.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? So a black dude will get a harassment case for cursing out a lady, and he gets 2 years. And like, but this dude felt on like little kids, and he get 2 months probation because of what?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's fucking insane, bro.
I agree.
Fucking insane.
As I'm sure most people know, Jeffrey Epstein was suicided. Dude. I think we all know he didn't commit suicide, but he was suicided. And since then, Ghislaine Maxwell, like his girlfriend, and some would argue like the mastermind behind the whole thing, has been arrested. She has not been suicided quite yet. I think a lot of people are still keeping an eye on that because we think that's going to happen. But a couple of things have popped up in the case so far that have been pretty nuts. A judge that was assigned to the case in regards to one of the bank accounts for Jeffrey Epstein had a hitman go to her house, and she killed her husband. The hitman killed her husband, killed her son, and almost killed her cousin. I mean, her husband. And then after that happened, the hitman was found dead. So at first, a lot of people were like, "Oh, we don't really know. She's dealt with a lot of high-profile cases. Like it could be unassociated." Hitman turns up dead too. So like, kid gone, husband in critical condition.
So then,
hombre's dead.
All you think about is,
and this was like right after she got taken into custody. Like after they declined her bail.
So look, this is what I've always thought, bro. They bring on all these shows like CSI and all these murder shows. It kind of shows you how to be a step ahead of getting caught.
Sure.
So what I would say, right, if I hired a hitman, right, to do the actual job, me personally, right, not saying I'm gonna do this, so no, y'all don't track me nothing.
Okay.
I would hire another hitman to kill that hitman after that hitman succeeds with the initial job.
That's a big brain move.
That's the smartest fucking move.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's a smart, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the smartest fucking move, bro.
And then this was just announced like yesterday. They gave the confirmation to be able to pull a transcript from like one of her previous cases back in the day. And the transcript confirmed that Maxwell had sexual relationships with like underage women. Like, so that was confirmed. And then just a minute ago, there was a U.S. court document that that claimed. So like one of the big profile names was Prince Andrew from over in England.
Bro,
and this new document that came out, it like supports that, showing that like he was in on it too. So it seems like things are starting to like slowly seep out.
I'm gonna just say
I'm curious
this:
if she's gonna become like the next like Tekashi 6ix9ine, like where she just
She gonna have to start snitching,
She
bro.
she starts snitching on everybody, bro, and like she's probably gonna die anyways. So like, why not just pull everybody down? You know what I mean?
I don't know if you want to believe me,
Dude,
but
that'd be so sick. I'd love to start seeing some big names just pop up, just like
they have been
tear the
saying,
whole
bro.
thing down, dude.
So don't quote me on this, right?
I
I'm a
mean, you're
conspiracy
putting
theorist.
it
I
on
look
a
up a lot of
podcast for
shit.
forever, so
So
you'll be
look,
quoted.
it has been said that higher ups eat infants, bro, because
Okay,
it gives them
go
a
on.
sense of higher power. So
So you don't even think they do it for any particular reason other than the
they
fact
do it
that
for
because
higher
they can.
power. So
Like physical power, you mean, or just like in general?
it's like an overall power thing for them.
Okay,
The most powerful people fucking eat people, bro. I'm telling you this right now.
okay,
They're fucking cannibals.
uh huh.
And now they say the best people to eat are children. These people, bro, eat children. So
Okay,
like when we look at like the Dahmers and all these weird guys that we say were super psychopaths,
sure.
they're the same people in our fucking higher government that are
Right.
fucking running what we do. They do the same kind of shit, bro.
Okay.
We just don't catch them. I swear, bro, I believe that shit is fucking true.
Okay.
Kids go missing all the time and never get fucking found.
That is a very good point.
Where the fuck did they go?
Yeah, that was
To somebody's fucking crock pot on the fucking stove, bro. And
unload,
right.
bro. Give it 8
Yeah,
hours.
let that shit go ahead. Let that cook for a day and a half. That'll be delicious, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking.
Well, I think our goal in life is to be able to get to that status. We can go ahead and split a baby together.
I mean, I'll eat myself, bro. Push comes to
You'll
shove,
eat yourself.
but fuck. I mean, I can see myself maybe cooking a baby if the end of life really came to that extremity,
Mad
bro.
shit.
Where it's like my baby or somebody else's. Fuck that. Your baby's getting cooked on this fire. Nah, but you know,
Okay.
but yeah, bro. I swear, bro, this shit happens for real. And they say the more powerful people really believe in that.
They get those good kids.
And they say babies, bro, like newborn babies are the best.
I have seen a lot of stuff about that though, like them taking babies like from nurseries and stuff, and then like doing.
Yeah.
They also do like experiments on them and shit too, which is nuts.
They say they're the best.
Hell yeah, and they're just like, your baby didn't make it, man. Like it was in ICU. We tried to take care of it. Sucks to suck.
Yeah, they say that they're the best for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that wraps things up this week.
One last thing I have to throw out here.
Sure. What's up?
My Lakers beat the Clippers. I know we talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
No hair.
No hair, LeBron.
No Lou. But I feel like they got it. One more thing I want to touch on. Roy Jones Jr. I don't know if you know him. This is boxing.
Okay.
He's older.
Okay.
He's in 50s. Mike Tyson. I know you know Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I did hear about this. Yeah. Because Mike Tyson's coming back for sure. And then like Roy Jones, he might come back too and fight each other.
They're fighting each other.
Yeah.
Guess what the fuck they said?
What?
Mike Tyson nor Roy Jones can go into the fight to try to knock each other out.
Oh yeah, and I know they're not going to be testing. They're not going to be testing for testosterone either.
Even then,
they're just going to let them take their subs.
What the fuck is having them fight for if I can't knock you out?
Oh, you said they can't.
They cannot knock each other out. They can't go for knockout hits. They're just gonna they just have to fight.
I hope one of them just goes for it. He's
Bro,
like, I'm sorry.
I hope one of them do just knock the other fucking out and be like, fuck, I'll pay the fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's a boxing fight.
I agree.
How the fuck you say, bro, that's like playing basketball and saying you can't shoot no threes. Well, bitch, why is there a three? Like, what the fuck? Like,
that's stupid. I feel like if they're afraid of any kind of liability or anything, they can
don't let them fight then.
Just let them sign a waiver.
Exactly.
They both want to fight, and they both know they can get knocked out.
One of them can die. They're both powerful as fuck. They're old as fuck.
They're great.
One can
both
die.
In great shape.
But get the fuck out of bro. No knockouts, bro. They have to sign some shit on both ends that say they can't try to knock the other person out.
Yeah.
So what is it? Don't hit him in the head then?
In a boxing match?
Right. Just
body shots
let me hit you in the chest and the stomach, like or your arm. Like
and if you hit him in the face, it's you.
Just let me slap you. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid, bro.
I feel.
Man. Hey, this was fun.
Hey, episode 2, guys.
Round 2.
Let's go.
Round
all right.
2.
Well, all you guys, you go ahead and have yourself a wonderful weekend. Happy birthday to Damien.
Y'all get a drink, man.
Hell yeah! Everybody
go
ahead and have a drink for Damien. Maybe take a shot or something.
Yeah, for my birthday, man.
Hell yeah!
31. I'll give y'all my age. Y'all will see how I look in a little bit. I don't look 31, but 31 on that ass. Let's get it.
Well, we'll see you guys next week, and y'all take it easy.
Peace.